sugar sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Testify the motion. Loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go.
Give me all of your lies, 'cause you're my demon in disguise. I learned to love the cage you keep me in, but the walls keep closing in. And I don't wanna die, but your poison feels so right. Why do I want you when you're bad for me? My perfect storm, my beautiful catastrophe. My perfect storm, my beautiful catastrophe. Wake up and let my dreams fly. This moment I'm making mine. Don't tell me I'm wasting time. I'll show you what I'm made of and give my dreams life. I'll put it all on the line, just like I'm young, wild and alive.
I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun to play in a competitive setting.
I've never really done anything like this before.
I'm really honored.
I'm really excited.
It'll be interesting to see how it is to play competitive in ones as well.
Never done a 1v1 before.
I think it's a huge privilege to be able to headline the season premiere for the URLC.
To be a part of the first season premiere of URLC.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, honestly.
Kind of just playing how I normally do. I'm probably going to stay a bit more ground-based.
I'm gonna keep it down low, go for flicks, low 50s.
100% winging it.
I'm just gonna play my game. I'm gonna do my best.
I know that I'm not going to use mechanics.
Power shots on net, boost grab, stuff like that.
You know, he's gotta come to me. I'm not gonna bring the ball to him.
I might bring out some crazy aerial plays when I'm up, but if you see me doing it in the beginning of the game, I'm being a little bit riskier than I should be.
Danikins, you are going down.
Fear, I'm coming for you, but good luck, buddy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I do think I will be taking a victory over him.
Barney, I hope you've been training because I am going to be playing to win.
If it ever seems like you're winning, and then all of a sudden I start playing like a top 100 1v winner, just know that I still have the controller. It's still me playing. Trust me.
The URLC Championship journey begins. Champ Division. Fear. Versus Delegates. GC Division. Loose Screw. Versus Bella. Music by Howard. And the main event, Remy. Versus Bonnie.
There
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the URLC live on DFH Stadium. We've got URLC, the first official event of URLC Season 1. Ranny versus Barney with your theme, Warrior State of Mind by Halocene. I'm your host, Top Gun 7, and on the booth with me, I have Mustache and Volts. Mustache, take it away, man.
What is up, everyone? Guys, I'm so excited for this. It is the URLC 1, the first event of the season. I'm so excited for this. Volts, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm excited to be here, Mustache. We've been building towards this moment for a long time now, and this is the first official event. Halocene bringing the music for this one. Super excited for all of this. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, this should be a fun time. We've got 3 different matches for you guys tonight. It's going to be starting off with Fear versus Danikins, and then the middle event will be none other than Blue Screen and Bella, and then to round it out with the main event, King Ranny himself, the one's main galore against Barney. Should be a thrilling matchup throughout the night, to say the least. Top Gun, I'm so excited.
You know, we do have a few things to kind of shout out before we get started here. For one, we have the prelims that our man over here, Volts, commentated. What do you have to say about that, Volts?
Well, they were fantastic matchups. Again, all 3 games got played. I love when series go the distance. Top Gun, huge shout out to VO for the win there in that series, fending off BubbaStu. And if that sets the tone for tonight, guys, I'm super excited moving forward.
Now, Volts, we hear that you're, good buddies with both of them. I mean, do you think there's good camaraderie against them, good, even challenging matchup and good, good play styles against both of them? Or do you think it was just like, hey, I'm going to beat you, I want those bragging rights and, the notoriety against the two?
I think both of the guys truly respected each other. I actually really think the other thought they would win. So they really went into it expecting really high expectations of their opponent, and I think that really helped both of them. They both made great adaptations. They're both fantastic players. And as I talked about with Mittens, who again, thank you so much, Mittens, for joining me in the booth. Sometimes it comes down to who can adapt across a series, and tonight it was VO.
You know, we do also, as Mustache said, we have several series going on tonight, 2 best of 3s, and ending with a best of 5. We have viewer voting, and if you vote for the right person in a series, you have the opportunity to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So keep that in mind throughout your voting processes when you're going from series to series, that each individual series comes with a $50 Amazon gift card prize opportunity. So good to keep that in mind.
Hey, we were just talking behind the scenes about what we need for our different setups in here. I think Volts, he's going to be throwing some predictions out there, because you were saying what you need for yours, and we were kind of shooting prices and talking about different parts and pieces for our setup. So guys, make sure you put in the keyword that we will tell you before each and every series. It won't be necessarily a Twitch ran giveaway. It'll be something that we tell you through the stream. So guys, make sure you pay attention, because you obviously want your chance at winning that $50 Amazon gift card.
I say, Mustache, who doesn't want a $50 Amazon gift card? It's free to enter, and everyone loves to think they know what's going to happen. Everyone loves to think they can predict the future, and so why not win $50 if you happen to be correct? You got a 50-50 chance moving into these. Again, we've got some great matchups. Top Gun, I know you're friends with some of the competitors as well here tonight, so maybe chat should vote with you?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think I'm a little biased, not gonna lie, because I do, especially the ladies performing tonight. I know I'm in Danikin's stream often enough, as well as Bella for the GC division. She does play in the WCBC, and I've seen her play. She's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, Bella, to say the least, she's been on a little bit of a tear. I'll talk a little bit more about her as we get to that series. But you're right, Fear versus Dannikins. You know, we were talking about viewer predictions. We're going to kind of go over our little notes here to kind of give you some feedback, some background on these players, whether you follow them or not. If you don't, make sure you go follow them. You definitely want to go check out what they're doing. Let's start off with Fear. Fear coming in with that big raid earlier because he's been hosting the Swamp. He is a fellow caster. He's been doing all kinds of his own events on top of casting for the randoms in the Winter Regional number 3. I mean, he's just been doing so much. He literally just came from his event, brought all of you guys over here. So if you guys are joining us from the Swamp, congratulations on stopping by over here. I hope you guys have been having a fun time over there. But, you know, the amount of hosting and the amount of events he's putting on just goes to show how much of a namesake he is throughout this RLC. But then we go to Dannikins. She's coming in as a fellow content creator for Prestige, like you said, Top Gun. Played in the longest game in history, the second time around that was via Sunless Con. Done all kinds of different events, was played in WCBC Season 3. I mean, she's been around as forever, as well as she's a KBM player. Make sure you guys kind of take that into consideration. I always like to point out KBM players because it's so much of a norm to see controller players. So to see somebody come out and be that KBM is a little bit of an interesting tidbit, Volts.
It really is. Again, the difference in play style can also be affected. Some things are easier to do on KBM. Some things are easier to do on controller, specifically having that 360-degree range of motion versus the 8 different directions that you do get on keys. So I think that that plays a huge factor into tonight and how some of these matchups look. But Mustache, I think it's time we kind of segue towards making our predictions here in the booth.
All right, so Top Gun, you start us off. You know, you are a good friend of Dannikins. Fear coming in, coming on. He's a host, doing so many big events. What do you have to say? Because I'm going to give my little tidbits, and I'm wondering if you guys are going to kind of think the same way I am.
So I saw Danny playing some ones. Was it a few weeks back? I think she was doing pretty good. She was getting a little ones practice in. I think it was before this. It was before this season started though. And she is a friend. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Danny.
Okay, so Top Gun going with Danny. Now, Bolts, I'm kind of wondering if you're gonna think about what I say here, and I hope I don't sway your prediction. I've made all my predictions. I've got lines and notes here and everything. Here's where I'm going with. I'm going with Danny, and I saw Fear in chat talking about how Talon's going to all vote for Danny, but this is why I'm voting for her. Not only is she a solid player, and Fear, I know you are definitely a solid player as well, but remember, you have spent all day casting your event. That is not anything ill towards you, but obviously you haven't been able to practice maybe as much as Danny has today. And I think that little bit is what's going to squeak her by. But I think it'll be close, but I am going to lean towards Dannikins on probably a full best of 3 series.
Mustache, I love that you brought that up, and it just shows we're on the same wavelength. Because as someone who hosts events, who spends their day casting, we all want to play and be good at this game. But Fear does so many incredible things for this community. He puts so much of his time and effort into hosting these events that I'm worried that he might have neglected some practice time in the background and really making sure some of his skills were where they needed to be to take down Dannikins. I think Danny, again, with her content creation, with what she does, how often she plays this game, I think she's had the practice. I know she's been grinding. I'm rolling with Dannikins in 2 here.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, those are our picks. We all went Dannikins. How are you guys going to pick? Let's see what you guys put on the board. Let's go to your viewer predictions.
You know, I think this is the first time we've all 3 of us have agreed on one singular contestant, right?
I
don't think we ever have. I don't think we've ever agreed. I think we've always been split 2 and 1. I don't think we've ever all 3 went with one singular contestant.
I don't think so either. But now, can the can the chat kind of sway it and balance us out? Everybody, you see right there on the screen, type hashtag fear in chat if you think fear is going to win, or type hashtag Danny if you think Dannikins is going to win. Remember, your prediction will determine whether you get the chance at winning the $50 gift card. You don't want to necessarily vote for, your friend, or vote for, you think this is going to be it. Remember, this is an opportunity for you to win something as well. So you gotta be a little strategic with your thought process. But who knows? I'm just a caster. I've been wrong so many times, so who knows what'll happen.
I would say, Mustache, we're not trended very well right now. We're almost deadlocked, but still a little bit on the favor of fear here. So chat not taking our advice. I would encourage chat to take Top Gun's advice, because if you were here for the last UFC preseason event, Top Gun was the only member of the desk to go perfect on the night with her predictions. So I'm not saying she knows the future, but...
Top Gun, I mean, you think... you know her probably best out of all of us as far as her playstyle goes. I was actually watching a few of her VODs earlier today to just kind of feel that out and make sure that my prediction, because like I said, I did these notes earlier. I looked at these kind of felt it out, and I'm just like, look, Fear hosting his event, he's not able to play. Obviously, he watched a lot of ones. Remember, the Swamp is a ones event, so he can see it and kind of to plan out and figure out, hey, what are these players doing? This is what I need to do later on. But it's different thinking it than putting it out there on the pitch.
Yeah, of course. As I said earlier, I am an avid Dannikins watcher, of her stream, and the woman has a lot of mental fortitude, which is needed for ones. I think it's necessary. I've seen her stream Rocket League for 12 hours plus straight and be having no issues, no tilt, no nothing. And that has happened several times, not even just once. She has gone through and streamed Rocket League for over half a day, multiple times, just sitting there playing comp. That, you have to be extremely mentally strong for that, and I think that comes heavily into play in ones.
There are 386 of you in chat right now, and we are deadlocked at 50-50. This is unreal. I figured it'd go a little bit higher, but half of you have gone Fear, half of you have gone Danny. And to be honest with you, that's probably a fair assumption. This obviously can go either way. This is actually the one series that I was like back and forth on my prediction, and I finally had to take into the consideration the fact that Fear's had a busy day today. So that's what I'm going off of. Volts, obviously you kind of sided with me a little bit, but man, to see it deadlock like that, that's kind of crazy.
It really is. I didn't expect a complete deadlock, especially with how Fear jumped out to that lead. But again, we've got some believers in the desk. We've got some believers in Fear. No doubt set up to be a fantastic series. But again, the odds with Mustache, how many people you mentioned, the odds that we end up with an exact 50-50 split, that's incredible.
Right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, 50-50 right down the middle. Everybody's just flipping the coin, figuring, how's it going to fall? This is what we're going to do. Fear, Dannikins, you guys have to put it all out there on the pitch. I know players are getting ready to take their positions on the field. We're going to take our positions in the booth. This one should be a good matchup. Remember, it is a best of 3 for this particular series, so a lot can happen. You definitely need to be on top of your A game in this very first game, because if you lose it, there's not a lot of time to regain that. So you have to be real methodical with your types of plays. I'm going to be looking for, the fakes, the bumps, maybe, chasing somebody down. Do you go for the aerials? Do you keep it as a ground game? So many tactics come out in ones, and I'll be interested to find out how it plays out here.
Indeed, it will be. So down to the pitch for game number 1 as we get ready for this best of 3 series. Opening night, we are underway. Mustache, time to see if our predictions hold true or if exactly half of chat is going to be correct against us.
All right, so off of that challenge, Fear has got control. Gonna go for this corner boost, thinking that he had a little bit more time. Danny gonna put this one in the back of the net, and we see the first one on the board in just 15 seconds.
We apologize for not heading directly down to the pitch. We're having a little bit of back-end issues, as well as Fear with a little bit of high ping here, but he's looking like he's settled in, so it is 1-0 in favor of Danny thus far. Danikins trying to dribble that one through, couldn't quite make it happen. Fear now wants to pop this one high. He's got 88 in the tank to work with. Danny wanting that shadow defense, and this one will just sneak over bar, not in, and Fear doesn't quite have the read to tap it straight down.
The unfortunate crossbar coming in as the, goalie that nobody wants when they're playing a ones game. You want the goalie, you want the crossbar on your side, but not going up against you. The fake coming out, and he's able to hold on and just get it past Danikins. We get the equalizer needed to tie us all up.
This is a good shot from Fear. It's a good pop, and Fake does a really good job to make sure it lands on his hood for the flick again. So a talented move there. Mustache, I don't know if you caught any of the prelims, but the air dribbles were there in full force in game number 1.
And I'm curious if that'll come out in full force here. Remember, it seems like when you talk to a ones player, sometimes they're like, hey, I'm going to try to keep it low to the ground, make sure the opponent has to go up for it and use a lot of their boost. And then sometimes, the more mechanical players will say, look, I'm just going to keep it in the air. I'm obviously going to be able to get it over. Much like that little pop draws out Danny. She's not able to go up for it. Fear had nothing in the tank, but he's going to go ahead and get the goal.
That's a good pop from Fear. Sometimes that's all you have to do, Mustache, is just put your opponent in an awkward situation. And Danny as well, just low boost, really felt desperate trying to come forward there and make that save. So it's a good pop from Fear on no boost. A lot of ones is spin on low boost, and a low boost goal off kickoff for Fear will make it 3-1.
And it is. And so just to let chat know, it is Fear 3, Danikins with 1. I know the overlay is a little bit different. It's because the players actually joined. There was a little bit of a miscommunication on the color for the player, but we will keep you all orchestrated. It is, in fact, Fear with 3 goals, Danikins with 1, 3:36 left on the clock. Plenty of time for Danikins to turn this one around, but remember, it is only a best of 1, and the fake coming out yet again. He's going to have all the time in the world for this one, and is going to add the 4th one to the goal, or net, or
Mustache, we're not looking too good as far as our predictions go, and that is just a nasty fake from Fear. He's been watching a lot of ones, and something tells me he saw that earlier today and thought he might bring that with him to the URLC.
And hey, he's been having his show matches going all day long. Like I said, maybe he's been looking out, but Danikins should have all the time in the world. And man, as Fear was climbing in on that one, I'm like, Danny, you're gonna have to shoot this one quick.
She hesitated just a little bit, and Fear, wow, he came really close to getting back to that one. I don't think he thought he would end up that close in that position. He almost gets a piece of it, but not quite.
The recovery right there just goes to show how much that matters. Danny, no boost left. Fear gonna just try and get control of it. Now Fear's got the potential shot. It's gonna be right off the backboard. Danny's gonna clear it out to the corner. But Fear with a nice boost steal is going to give him all the time in the world. Danny not going to be able to get the challenge. Fear can't put it on. Can he recover? He does. But if Danny could have gotten there, she's going to go for the boost. Actually gets bumped away. Fear's going to get the pinch, but Danny got the boost. Back to her own corner. She's just got to hold down the fort and try to get it around Fear.
Fear's doing a very good job of leaving Danny no space right now, as this is a dangerous one back across if she can catch it in turn. But once again, Fear just right on top of her here. Mustache, the early game plan, no space, no room to operate, no quick turns. And Fear is just turning whether he has 100 boost in the tank or 0 in the tank.
And right now, Danny was 0 in the tank until she picked up that one pad, and she's still sitting with not as much. I think the boost management for Danikins has been kind of plagued by the fact that Fear is just going for every kind of boost steal and is going to put that one right below the crossbar. A 3-goal lead still in favor of Fear, but 2 minutes left in regulation. Plenty of time to turn this one around, but she's going to have to watch how Fear is controlling this ball.
Fear really controlling and dominating possession as far as everything goes on the offensive and defensive end. Once she gets down to that end, he is doing a really good job of positioning that Space Station Gaming Fennec and making sure that any 50 he takes bounces away from her and in favor of him finding boost. Got boost in the tank for this one, went for a flip reset, doesn't find it, and that is the risk that you run. Danny now had the open net, but she just can't quite wrap around it. She'll keep possession, which is huge, at least until Fear slams in to the back of her Octane, trying to move forward. 45 flick won't go. Thought Fear might look for a half flip shot there. He doesn't, and again, Danny with a great 50. Just no boost in the tank to work with Mustache. She is feeling the effects of the boost starve.
So that whole probably 30 to 45 seconds right there from the time Fear tried to put the shot on Danny's net to this little transition and then back, neither of them had boost. Everybody is just trying to find any pad around, couldn't pick up anything. They're both just trying to reach for the ball, and finally Fear is able to capitalize on just the mistakes that have been plaguing both of them. She's going to be able to put the lead up to 4. Oh, and what a challenge that one's going to roll in, and now it goes up to 5.
I mean, look at the aggressiveness, Mustache. Fear is just beaming with confidence. Maybe took some of the desk picks personally here. It's just no hesitation immediately towards that ball in the corner, and the dunk is a ferocious one.
So 5 goals down, 1:15 left. A good kickoff right there. She doesn't have any boost left. Fear's going to have the time to kind of set himself up for a defensive play. The little pop up, but right underneath the crossbar. I honestly thought Fear was going to be able to have the time to get up there. He picked up at least one pad, 12 in the tank, and just Danny throws it up behind him. That's perfect placement from her. She decreases that lead, but she's going to have to do that quite a few more times if she's going to want to make this game close.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do if you're Fear there with the amount of boost. Danny with the perfect flick. It's just perfectly placed. She will be on the receiving end of a Fear demo. He's able to grab corner. He's perfectly content, Mustache, just to waste some time as he just lets that one roll towards him. The flick is a good one, and he won't even need to waste any more time. The lead's back to 5.
Yep, he's got all, this is almost like an American football type of time control right there. You bait out the defender. Obviously, she needs to attack. She's under 60 seconds. She needs to put goals in the back of the net. But the only way to do that, take the ball away from Fear, and he has had all control all game. So he's just going to kind of play schoolyard keep away until, or just keep putting it in the back of the net. The 9th goal for Fear. Are we going to see double digits in this first game? Now it's going to have to be Danny to just think about what she needs to do in game number 2.
What a ceiling shot from Fear here, Mustache. I think we're going to see double digits if his mechanics continue to impress like that. The flip reset earlier, I questioned if we were going to see him go for any more mechanics since he was so vulnerable on that backside, but he is now beaming with confidence as the sidewall shot will be on. Good save from Danny there. Pretty low boost, though, and corner not available, and Fear will take advantage of a very slow-moving Danny for a huge demo.
Yeah, the demos are perfect types of plays and ones, and Fear just stretching that Fennec as far as he can to make sure he gets a play on that one. 12 seconds left. This one is all but Fear's game. He's had control from the beginning. We do finally see the 10th, the double-digit goal with 5 seconds left, a 7-goal deficit. These flicks, the Fennec flicks specifically, are a dangerous foe.
Fear, who seems to have mastered that Fennec hitbox as well, Mustache. Every one of his flicks is not only calculated, but it's exactly what he's looking for, and especially in a champ division match. I mean, that's things we expect to see out of our SSLs.
Oh, indeed. And so, this champ division match, this first game in this series, has now ended with a convincing win for Fear. Now Danny's going to have to turn around and just a intense showing from the two of them. No saves from Fear. I mean, again, that just goes back to the control that he had for this entire game.
Yeah, complete domination as well. 16 shots, which is a ton in ones. You normally see a back and forth where your shooting efficiency is generally pretty close together, but 10 goals on 16 shots, Mustache there. Danny really just has to make sure that he's a little bit she keeps Fear just a little bit closer to her, allow him a little bit less space to go after some of these mechanical opportunities.
Yeah, and you guys can see there on the screen, so unforced errors, each of them having one apiece. It was Fear who had the better kickoff advantage and then the 3 demos. So I'd definitely like to see a little bit of more of an aggressive tactic to come out from Dannikins. That might help. I can't guarantee that because, again, Fear has just been on setting himself up perfectly on both sides of the ball. So the challenge is working out for him. I don't know if she's going to actually be able to get the bumps or demos on him, but still, something we need to see out of Dannikins to kind of turn the tide here. I'd love to see this go to the 3rd and final game. But right now, series match point obviously in favor of Fear. Just needs to win this one, and it'll be a convincing sweep. But obviously, Dannikins going to try and see if she can't turn this one around.
Well, the players have switched colors as they are back onto the correct setup here. So the scoreboard does reflect it. Fear with a huge Game 1 win. We'll see how that affects that as he's chasing a demo. He'll get the demo as that will not lead to a goal. He's going to have to track all the way back to his own end to find Boost. Dannikins coming charging forward will just be faster. And just like that, it's 1-0 Danny.
And I know you all can see the quick chat, the faking. Fear going a little bit too far back. He went all the way to the back corner, picking up that corner boost. Didn't expect Danny to just beeline to the ball. And I'm not going to lie, I've done that myself a few times where I think the opponent doesn't have all that time. And then all of a sudden, oh, look at that little roll. But the bump coming out from Fear. The ball got pushed into Fear's, trajectory. And it caused him to basically get a flip reset on the ball, but it kind of stalled him. That was going to be perfect for Danny, but then Fear gets the bump on her and is able to keep the goal away. So we're still only at a 1-goal game in favor of Dannikins. She's going to try and go for the bump or demo. Can't get it, but she is going to take the possession.
The longer it goes without a goal being scored, Mustache, the better it looks for Danny as she continues to build momentum. She's able to stay on ball a little bit tighter and do things like that. 0 boost, though. She's going to have to scramble back here. This ball in a threatening position. Good job to play it to the side. But again, there's Fear with a big boost starve this time. Danny just close enough to win the challenge the other direction. She's still low boost, however. Fear with plenty in the tank, hunting that big flick. This one, finally one that's not perfect. It'll be off the crossbar and back out. Huge bump again from Dannikins, taking a page out of Fear's book, but got a little greedy with how good her bump was.
What was that? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure there were 4 large boost pad steals to come out from Fear. I mean, the second he came back from his demo, he comes in, he takes the corner boost. She went for that 50, so she couldn't come down and grab the boost fast enough. He took the other corner boost, bumped her around, took the boost yet again. I mean, those types of steals right there can plague your opponent and cause them to just not be able to do anything, try to pick up the small pads that are around them. So good plays, and this one dangerously in front of the post, but Fear able to regain himself and get control. Danny's going to go all the way back to kind of regain, but she's low on boost, and thankfully, oh, this one's going to be awkward for her. She had 12 on the challenge, and she just was doing what she could with what she had.
Fear does a really great job of recovering, Mustache. That's something I'm beginning to notice. He keeps his momentum going. He recovers well enough to make that little boost that he has left carry him with some momentum into these big boost pads. He's really just winning the boost war. When you break it down, that he has been more effective and more apt to get to some of these big boosts over Danny.
Oh, and that was almost a late touch right there from Danny that could have been dangerous for her. She's definitely got to watch the boost management. As I saw, she was expelling the boost to get quickly down to the ground. Obviously, Fear knew he had to go for the demo because she was going to land with pretty much next to nothing. The bump is going to work. Can she recover? It is going to be off target. I had to wait for the camera to pan, but this one dangerous. He's got no boost, picks up the corner. Can he get this one around? I believe he can, but Danny coming in clutch right there on the post.
Danny is fighting with a no boost as she continues to try to just work this one out. Does not find corners, still working off pads. Fear's flick is off, and he'll take a big boost in the corner again. So Danny continuing to be trapped on this end. Fear doing a great job of putting her there. Will just continue to be a menace. He's all around it, just can't quite turn one on yet. Now finally, Dannykin's able to settle the ball, has a good look on Fear, went for the 45 flick. It is up in the air, but Fear will see it to the side. A good steal from Danny, though, as she's back up for this one. Drop down in front, wants to take the 50 instead. The Finnick of Fear will continue to dominate these 50s. Danny a little bit awkward, might have panicked here, get back in front. She'll keep it out of the back of the net for the time being.
Oh, he puts it on his own target, and there you go. He basically gifted her this goal. I'm not sure he wanted to go for that hit. He was just trying to get it, you know, keep it close to him, but it just bounces off that front corner of his car, and Danny will take those all day long. We get an equalizer. This is starting to look like a good game as we are now past the final minute and a half.
Yeah, Fear's car has not appreciated the ball tonight, Mustache. It's been bumped around a couple times there. Once again, Fear finds himself in the orange corner. This time just wanted to muscle it past. Couldn't quite do it. He's right back out to stay on. Dannykin's up the wall. It's a good ball mid. She'll wait for Fear to drop it back. Fear to grab mid. This one is around him. Danny going to try to recover. Fear has enough in the tank and will keep a level playing field for now. Fear transition from defense to offense will be cut out. It's a good cutout from Danny nonetheless. Just like that, Mustache, it really feels like this is still anyone's contest, but the next goal will definitely force one of these two into a little bit of a desperate moment.
Oh, and that might be it. Can she get around the ball? No, she's going to elect to go for it off the wall, off the ceiling. Does she have the flip? She does, but hits it a little more awkward than she wanted. That could be the go-ahead goal needed. 30 seconds left, up by 1 is Fear in the series match point situation. Is that going to be enough for him to solidify this win?
High risk, high reward are mechanics in ones there, Mustache. It would have been a fantastic highlight reel worthy shot if she'd made it, but instead, Fear able to take advantage of the open net. I think Danny finds one more, I really do. She's looked threatening. Fear looks a little bit caught off guard, but he's not off guard for this one. It's a laser to the top left.
Oh, I thought maybe crossbar, maybe post, but no, you can't count out Fear. Look at that, putting the fear in the eyes of Danny as he's gonna throw that one in that top left corner. 2 goals in 21 seconds is definitely doable in a ones match. Danny not able to recover like she needs to. No boost. It's going to put her in an awkward situation. She's just got to keep the pressure going, but Fear has picked up yet another large boost pad. He's just going to play keep away now. This one looking like a win in favor of Fear. The desk looking like we were all wrong, but 50% of you in chat are going to potentially win a gift card.
It is Fear taking it into here. I would have liked to see this series go the distance, but Fear able to close it out. A dominant game number 1, a very crisp game number 2 out of him. His shooting efficiency wasn't where he wanted it to be for game 2, Mustache, but sometimes you just take the win that you can find.
Yeah, I mean, this one a much closer game. I'm noticing, Dannykins had 3 saves last game and 2 saves this game, but this time Fear having to pull out 4 saves by himself just so that he could keep the game as close as it was. He does come out with the 2-goal lead, but man, this one a much better game for the both of them, I feel, and a much closer game, but Fear coming out with that series win, and congratulations to him. And I know you all out there in chat, we've got to get Top Gun in here and to see what she has to say before we try to figure out who's going to win this gift card.
You know, I mean, honestly, we all voted for the same person. We all predicted the same person. And we all took the L for tonight, I guess. We all failed in this prediction, but we still have 2 other ones tonight. Hopefully we'll catch some dubs there, you know. But if you did vote for Fear, you do have a chance at a $50 Amazon gift card. So let's go ahead and roll that and see who gets the $50 Amazon gift card.
Here is Dynamic D's prize winner.
Congratulations. If you won the gift card, please type !claim in the chat in order to claim it.
Congratulations.
Morzan7.
Yeah, to Morzan7 coming out with the first Amazon gift card win, and a big GG's to both of our players, Fear and Dannikins. Again, if you guys aren't following them on any of their socials, make sure you go find them. I believe it's FearRL and Dannikins GG, but a good showing from both of them. And if that is how this night is going to be, we are definitely in for some fantastic matches, Volts.
We really are. That was a great series from both of those players. Fear, man, he came out ready in game number 1. The exact opposite of what we thought. I guess he's been putting in some overtime on top of his overtime for the community and for himself. He came out on top. Dannikins did a great job adjusting in game number 2, Mustache, but chat did end up being correct, and the booth is looking to regain.
My Lucifer is only standing there, killing time, can't commit to anything but a crime. Peter's on vacation, an open invitation. Animals, evidence, pearly gates look more like a picket fence. Once you get inside them, got friends but can't invite them. Hillsborough in California, my turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya. All the good girls go to hell, 'cause even God herself has enemies. And once the water starts to rise and heaven's out of sight, she'll want the devil on her team. My Lucifer is lonely. Look at you, needing me. You know I'm not your friend without some greenery. Walking wearing feathers, Peter should know better. Your cover up is caving in. Man is searching for wow, he's saving hell. Poisoning themselves now, begging for our help. Wow, Hillsborough in California, my turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya. All the good girls go to hell, 'cause even God herself has enemies. And once the water starts to rise and heaven's out of sight, she'll want the devil on her team. My Lucifer is lonely. There's nothing left to say now. My God is gone. There's nothing left to say. All the good girls go to hell. My Lucifer is lonely. There's nothing left to say. All the good girls go to hell. My God is gone. There's nothing left to say.
Dynamic D's Game Changer.
So here we are with the game-changing moment. This is a very close, hard-fought second match here. It's 2-2, less than a minute left. And Danny goes for a shot here, and she misses. And you'd be surprised how much willpower right there it was for Fear not to flip into it. In 3s or 2s, I think someone would have tried to touch that. He got the go-ahead goal with 30 seconds left, which gives him a huge advantage here. And then going into it, he wins this kickoff in a big way. Manages to pop this right over Danny and gives himself the U90 go-ahead goal to secure himself the win and the series over Dannikins here.
And that was Dynamic D's Game Changer.
Welcome back, everyone, to URLC. We do have, once again, a few series ahead of us. We have Bella versus Blue Screen for the GC division, and Barney versus Ranny for the SSL division. What you guys just saw was a song from the band that all their music is, or not all their music, but the music that you're hearing is all from them. They are the name is Halocene, as well as you saw a Caracorder commercial. Remember to use URLC to get 10% off of your purchase.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Sorry, Mustache, but I am a huge Halocene fan. I got to talk about him any chance I get. Top Gun mentioned it. I listened to Halocene today for my workout before coming to hang out for the URLC broadcast tonight. They have some amazing covers on Spotify. They have a tour coming up as well with a couple big YouTube cover names. Lauren Babick will be on tour with them. A couple other names. So we're super excited and thankful to have them producing the music tonight. And then I believe Dannykins is going to be testing one of those Caracorders. Correct, Mustache?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, not only do I love being part of this event, because each and every event we always have a new band that is like our title band throughout the night, and so I find out all these new ones, and so I am new to Halocene, but yes, I'm digging everything that we've heard so far. We're going to hear more music throughout the night, so if you guys enjoy them, make sure you follow them. And you're right, this Caracorder device that you saw right there, Dannykins, and not only her but Mittens as well, are going to be testing this device, utilizing it. They've actually, if I'm not mistaken, have already received it, and they're going to see what they can do with it. Can they utilize it in Rocket League? I believe in the commercial there you saw, the kid playing Rocket League with it. It's an interesting device because think of like a stenographer's typewriter. You can type an entire sentence in half the amount of clicks that it would be to type out what you would on a normal keyboard. So just like that, you can also, move the joysticks and stuff. So maybe you can utilize those to kind of create joysticks for each and every finger for Rocket League. I don't know. That's the thing, is the possibilities are endless with this device. So if you guys are interested in it, make sure you go to their website, use URLC as the code, get 10% off. Maybe you guys can come out with crazy things. Who knows what can come out from interesting devices like that, the amount of code that you could develop for it or utilize that device for other software. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to think what you guys or anybody can do out there. But if you guys are just tuning in, you missed an epic series between Fear and Dannykins. It was Fear who did come out with the 2-0 sweep. It is a best-of-3 series, but Dannykins, she played her heart out, and I thought it was a good series.
I thought it was a fantastic series.
Go on, Volts.
Oh, that was it. Again, I just think that was a fantastic series, and I was going to mention we do have a couple more.
Yeah, that's the consensus here. As Volt said, it was a great series between Danny and Fear. Danny was able to pull in the reins a little bit more in the second game. We do have a lot more Rocket League for you tonight. The next series being Blue Screen and Bella of the GC division. Volts, what you thinking?
Oh, this one's tough, and you just put me on the spot, because the booth went 0 for 3.
Yeah.
And I refuse to go 0 for 3 again, but I also refuse to be wrong on this one. This is so tough for me. I'm really, my heart says Blue Screen. I'm a big fan of his content. I think he's hilarious. But I've got some faith in Bella, the WCBC repping here. I know you participate. I know she does. I've gotten to see her play. I have full faith in her to pick up the win in this one. I'm going with Bella.
All right.
Mustache, what you got?
Yeah, he's going with Bella. I don't want the desk to go the same across the board, but I have to go with what I'm thinking. So these are the notes that I have for the two of them. Blue Screen, huge TikTok following, Twitch partner. So I was going through his Twitter today. Love the Camaro build, by the way, Blue Screen. That thing looks and sounds awesome. I'd love to find out more about it. That right there, what he can do on the pitch is obviously a feat in and of itself. But Bella, you look at her, she plays for KCP. third in the Season 4 for WCBC. She gets second in Radiant with her fellow KCP squad. Just played today during the Knights Arena event that was going on, you know, playing with Gibbs and Gyro and getting, I believe, second seed in Group A, doing what she needs to do on the pitch. But she did say in chat, if I'm not mistaken, that she's a threes main. She's not a ones player. So Blue Screen, I think I also saw him say he's not a ones player. I have it circled for Bella, so I'm gonna go with Bella. But this one could be interesting. But with the amount of grinding that she's been doing these last 2 to 3 weeks with all the different events, I don't care if you're not a ones main. You can't play that much Rocket League and say that you're not going to come out here and put on a showing. So for that, I'm going to go with Bella.
All right, well, I think we're all on the same page again. Let's see if chat's on the same page. I know that, I mean, obviously, if it wasn't clear already, I am going with Bella. Man, before this event, we had never all three agreed, and now we're going all three every single time so far. But you know, I don't know for chat if it's a smart move to agree with us or not, considering the predictions of the last series, right?
Yeah, we all went across the board, and then chat, 50% of you went with Fear, and rightfully so, because you all had a chance at that gift card. Remember, these viewer predictions allow you to have an opportunity to win that $50 Amazon gift card. So, take our words with a grain of salt. We just are going by what we see. What do you guys feel? I think we need to see what your guys' prediction are, because I'll be curious on if you guys are going to side with us or not.
This is Sananti's viewer predictions. Who will win the series?
So look at what we have here. Remember, you guys, to vote in chat for who you think is going to win this best of 3 series. Remember that this is a best of 3. The main event will be a best of 5, so make sure you get your predictions in chat. Bella versus Blue Screen. It's looking pretty heavy towards Bella right now, 60%, but it looks like it's sort of evening out at the moment.
I mean, Volts, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be another half, you know, right down the middle, or do you think it will side one way or another?
Well, Bella took a very early lead in the predictions, and then the Blue Screen fans just came roaring back, and the Blue Screen believers, I'll call them, are currently just taking over chat. I'd like to think that this is a little bit more 50-50 again, and that the booth is not going to be 0 for 2 unanimously across the board. But we're not looking too hot, so maybe we missed something in our notes. Blue Screen, though, I have full confidence that he can compete here. I know both of these players, again, not ones mains. It's tough, again, as you talked about. Bella's been playing a ton. Ones is a whole different breed of game mode, and it's difficult to see some of the threes translating to the ones, but man, chat is just not believing in the desk.
Right, you don't have players to pass to, you know, any type of fault is going to be just showcased if you make any type of mistake, so you do have to watch out. But still, these players, we're into our Grand Champ division of players now. I mean, you have to take that into consideration. These players are getting better and better as the series go on, you know, with her track record, and not only just her entire career as a whole, but just in these most recent weeks. I'm looking over the stats of the Radiant event. She had 1.4 goals per game and a 40.38 shooting percentage. Yeah, you can say the goals per game is because maybe her teammates out there are setting up plays, but the fact that you've got a 40% shooting percentage, she is accurate, and if she can just be methodical with her plays, it'll show up here. But obviously, Blue Screen, he's here for a reason. You cannot count him out. He's almost kind of that sleeper pick where, you know, they both say, oh, I don't play ones and everything. I couldn't find a lot of his, you know, Rocket League career via Wikipedia or anything like that, so I'm just kind of going by what I could see off of past, you know, videos and stuff like that. And so he's almost like this player that you can't look up how he plays, so that is dangerous in and of itself.
Said, I feel like I don't know about blue screen, but I know that Bella knows how to compete. She has a lot of she has a lot of experience competing, you know, so I think that can definitely play to her favor, whether that is 3s or 1s or 2s or whatever it may be. I think the fact that she's competed a lot in front of a lot of people as well is something that can definitely play in her favor.
All right, Volts. It is 62% to 38%. Blue screen being our, viewer prediction winner, if you will. But, and again, this is the time where we all picked Bella, and the chat just goes, okay, if the entire desk is going to go Bella, we need to go blue screen. Maybe it works out for them. Again, we've talked about Bella's experience. We talked about how blue screen is that uncertainty out there, but in ones, uncertainty is almost perfect because you have no idea what you can do. And so he's got kind of the mentality of like, look, do I keep it down to the ground or do I keep it in the air? This is going to be the major question needed to find out.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really want to focus towards again, because when you play at the high level 3s like Bella, you get used to some of these aerial mechanics. You get used to the double taps, the flip resets. Some of the things that, as we've talked about in 1s, are a bit risky to go for. We saw a prelim series and the first series of the night. Players went for mechanics, and when you don't get them or you're not able to put the shot on with the mechanic, there's a wide open net behind you. And so I'm interested to see the risk reward. Maybe if Bella feels that's her best opportunity to score on blue screen, that maybe she does take it up in the air. Or if, blue screen just really wants to continue dominating on the ground level, it might be almost a desperation to get away from it.
Something tells me I feel like Bella will keep it to the ground per se. I'm not saying she wouldn't go for an aerial play. I wouldn't say she wouldn't go for a dribble, but I feel like, and maybe blue screen as well. Again, I haven't been able to follow his gameplay as much as I have hers, but I would assume that since both players probably think that they're going to be good on the backboard, they're going to be good with the mechanics, it's going to be, okay, now you need to bait the defender out. Now you need to try to do what you can with fakes and stuff like that. I think that's going to play a major role here. So I don't see a lot of off-the-wall air dribbles. Maybe you get some ground air dribbles is about the most I'm expecting.
Well, the story of game number 1 will set the tone for the potential remaining 2 games. We know we're getting 2. We might get game number 3. It'd be our first game number 3 of the night. Mustache, how important is this game number 1?
Oh, game 1 is always the most important, and especially in a best of 3. Remember, you have to win this one. If you don't, you're already in match point, and especially in ones, when you have a best of 3 of ones alone is a very tilting game mode. So then you throw in the fact that, hey, if I lose game 1, I'm pretty much up against a wall already, and now I have to make sure I make no mistakes. That right there can just send you for a loop if you don't have the mental fortitude to say, hey, I lost, I can regain, we will just move on and figure out what I need to do as the ball comes in front of me. But we are heading down to the field for game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Blue screen versus Bella, and Bella coming off with the kickoff a little bit in her favor, but blue screen's actually going to be able to take possession with no boost left. And he actually is going to have to give the ball away to Bella. She gets the flick and puts it right underneath with a quick goal.
We call this a welcome to the party, and that is an opening shot. Huge blow to blue screen there. It took 11 seconds for Bella to find the back of the net. Blue screen's going to be in blue. I'm glad there. That would be a little awkward if we had put him in the orange. But blue screen in the blue, Bella in the orange here. Blue screen wants a quick response. The air dribble will not come through, but he caught all of Bella. And we'll have the boost priority here. Good 50 as well, but Bella, good recovery. Open net, just can't get enough behind it. It's off target either way.
All the time in the world for Blue screen to regain, but he is getting just boost starved by Bella. She's going to be able to put this one in off the post into the net. Blue screen had nothing in the tank for the entirety of this challenge right here, and Bella just keeping the pressure, putting that one on. 2 in her name, but plenty of time to turn this one around.
It was a good job by Bella to keep blue screen pinned in that corner. There are limited pads in that corner. You have the one big one, and that is about it. And that's how you respond for blue screen. Good kickoff in his favor. Good kickoff goal, and that's how you mitigate some early mistakes on the defensive end.
Yeah, just a great play right there to make sure he gets control, puts that in, decreases the lead by 1. We all know how ones can be. Nothing is concrete until you get down to those final 0 seconds. There's that little air dribble off the wall. She was just more or less holding on to the possession, making sure blue screen doesn't take it away. And this one, she gives to him, but he had nothing in the tank. And I think she thought that it was going to be able to hold down the control. Bella just seeing what she can do over here on the sidewall, picking up that boost pad. And again, I'm noticing a lot of possession giveaways from both players so far, Volts.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. It almost feels like a testing match for Bella. She's experimenting with what she can go for, what blue screen can react to. The most of the possession has been in her favor. And again, it's game number 1 of a 3-game series here. While you want to test your opponent and see what works and see what they struggle with, you have to be careful that you don't go a little bit over the top with it. Blue screen sticking to the basics here. Wanted that hook shot. It won't come through. We'll end up in this orange corner. Once again, Bella, great control. The flick, just not enough behind it. She'll get the big boost starve, however, and a good turn will slow down a counterattack from blue screen.
Oh, and the good challenge almost going towards the net. She's able to pick up the corner boost. Blue screen just challenging as quick as he can, making sure that he at least keeps the ball in a null position. And it's still just kind of stuck here in the midfield. So good kind of defensive tactics from both players. That neither of them are able to really get past that midfield line as the other is able to kind of stop any type of offensive push. But as I say that, Bella's got control, gets the flip reset. Does she get the hit? She does. But off the backboard comes blue screen. And again, a good defensive play to make sure this game stays at a 1-goal deficit.
Bella's really trying to see what she can make work. This one is just off. And she'll also be able to track back and make sure it's not tapped in by blue screen. He got the corner and the mid, though. And as Bella low boost, has to wait in front. Blue screen, another 50 win. He just can't buy one into the back of the net, Mustache.
And I love how Bella is keeping herself so close to the ball, making sure that even if blue screen's wanting to go for a hit, he's not going to be able to get much with it. Gets the flick past blue screen there. Bella not able to go for it, and blue screen just launching it himself, but almost putting it on his own net. He had no boost, so that could have been dangerous. Got to watch what he's doing with those types of controlling hits to get it away from Bella, but she's got all the time in the world, all the boost needed, just running out, and puts the goal back in the lead by 2.
That is a great air dribble into the back of the net from her. It's tough not to panic there. You know blue screen wants to recover. You know he's coming full steam at you there. She does a great job, trusts her mechanics, and lifts it just barely over the top. It's a good kickoff as well. Blue screen behind the play with no boost is desperate, and the dive will be just enough to keep it out. But Bella, we've seen her go for this once. She couldn't score it last time. She wanted the air dribble this time. And again, blue screen rises to the challenge.
Blue screen's defense from the air has been stellar. And, if Bella keeps the ball low to the ground, it's actually where blue screen is having the most trouble. So I would expect her to keep it low. But right there, blue screen going to take this one away off of a challenge. And 1 goal again. 57 seconds left. Can blue screen get the tying goal we need?
What an effective challenge from blue screen there. He pre-jumps it, floats down, and makes sure that his Octane stays on top of the ball. He pins it right on the ground, and there's no chance Bella can recover for that one. It's a good response, Mustache. Plenty of time. 53 seconds is a world of eternity in ones.
Oh, and he tried to bait out Bella on that one, but she got a good read on it. She's awkward off the sidewall. She's going to have to recover and get herself into defensive position. The flick over just underneath the crossbar, and we do get the tying goal.
What an angle from Blue's screen. He challenges near post to her, says, all right, I'll put it where you can reach it. Let's see if you're quick enough. And just can't quite rise the ladder, climb up there and get a piece of it as Bella. And just like that, brand new game, 39 seconds left.
But you know what's crazy? If this was a one or a threes or a twos match, you'd probably be like, oh, 33 seconds, we're probably going to go to an overtime. But not here in ones. Is Blue screen from the air going to put that one in. 28 seconds left. But again, I don't feel that is a concrete win. This one still has plenty of time.
It definitely is not. It took us 11 seconds to find that goal. It's 3 unanswered though for Blue screen. A complete momentum swing. Bella off kickoff, can't quite wrap around that one. She'll have 20 seconds to work with and the possession. She does not find mid, and Blue screen will give her some space to work with. I don't know if that's advised. He missed mid, had to go back and pick it up. He'll stop and make a good challenge. Bella bumping him away. Bella can't find possession. And Blue screen, ooh, the movement will work out in his favor. She's gonna have 2 to work with, and it's gonna be a 0 second if she can find it. Bella, one chance, Bella just can't get it up, and it finds the ground in the box. That's a heartbreaker.
I really wanted Bella to get that one. That was so close. Good control from her. I didn't think she was going to be able to get underneath that ball for the second hit towards the net. She was able to. The server prediction not on her, or not in her favor, as it does end the game. And Bella had that one controlled from pretty much the beginning. But like you said, the 3 unanswered for Blue screen worked out perfectly in his favor. And now we've got a Blue screen win. Can Bella turn this one around? You can see the stats, the series stats right there. Interesting turn of events. We only see, what is that? No demos across the board, Volts.
I was about to just point that out. It is very I would say, I mean, that's almost an anomaly in ones. It is very, very rare where you don't see at least one demo in some form or fashion. We had a couple good bumps as well. But yeah, no demos. I'm interested to see if one of these players turns their attention to maybe erasing their opponent. It's impossible to play defense when you've been demolished into 1,000 pieces on the pitch. So I would not be surprised if one of our contestants chooses to maybe turn the physicality up another level.
Bella coming out with a 63% kickoff advantage. And again, she had most of the control throughout the series. It was just kind of some challenges that didn't go in her favor, and those unanswered goals plagued her just a little bit. But seeing from what we saw there in that first game, I'm very hopeful for the entirety of the best of 3. She's going to have control, gets the flick out to the midfield, but the boost starvation really starting to set in, but it doesn't matter because that flick is going to go in. Bella putting the first one on yet again.
Low boost, no problem. Is Bella. The first touch, I mean, look at the settle, then she gets it right where you need it to be, and the flick straight into the back of the net. The flicks continuing to be a problem for Blue screen, but again, just 18 seconds in, and we're back in where we started game number 1, but as we saw, the result doesn't finish this way, and Blue screen with a quick chance to equalize, and he will. Great kickoff, a great shot.
Right, and just a great read. Picks up that corner boost, able to turn quick on this one and just put this one in the back. We saw him tie it up in last game. I feel like this one's going to be another nail-biter down to the very final seconds. They're just now into the first half of the first minute of this particular game 2. Blue screen just trying to pick up as many pads, go for that large midfield. But a good hit off of the nose for Bella. Can she gain control? She does, but Blue screen coming in clutch to make sure he gets the save. Can't pick up the boost, so he's going to have to keep the ball close and just try to bait out Bella.
What a flick on low boost. Bella, that was a great defensive touch. She might need to find a second one. There's her second one in front. And she still needs to get this one away. Blue screen lurking in the area. Will be forced to walk this one all the way back to his own blue corner. Waiting on it to come back down, trying to bait Bella in. He clearly is comfortable with these flicks, as that one will be his self-pass, and Blue Screen taps in the open net, 2 unanswered, and he's looking really, really good with these flicks, Mustache.
Oh, yes, he is, and they both have had some fantastic flicks. I mean, Bella's first goal was a flick. It just goes to show how important that particular mechanic is, especially when you're going on a head-to-head challenge with somebody, whether it's 2s, 3s, or here in 1s. Now Blue Screen, oh, not able to come around. Can Bella put that one in? So close, just coming in like a rocket to see if she could put that one in that top corner. She's going to try and keep this one away from her net as Blue Screen. Good challenge, Bella. Off that sidewall yet again, not able to get any type of flip reset. Blue Screen will take it, but he'll take it over to the corner. He's going to have to come around, get that protractor out, see if he can figure out this angle. But none other than Bella going to come out with a great challenge to take this one away.
Good job by Blue Screen, continuing to buy time as he was able to grab his own corner. Bella chased into the other one. So back and forth, low scoring affair in game 1, trending that way in game number 2. Bella had to stop and recorrect to pick up boost. Dangerous opportunity will not be seen into the back of the net by Blue Screen. He does come around and get a big bump. Again, flying past Bella, now scrambling as we move east to west here. Bella's been confident in the air, Mustache. Hasn't been able to find an aerial goal just yet, but certainly confident enough to at least attempt it.
You know, I kind of asked that question in the pregame. You know, will they come from the air or will they come from the ground? Bella definitely confident to come from those sidewalls to see what she can do with it, and even coming from the corner sometimes to make the plays if need be. Blue Screen's going to let this one roll up the wall, and rightfully so, as there's definitely no attempt at a shot there. He's going to pick up the corner boost. Not able to get the aerial needed, so he's just going to have to wait for the challenge. Wait for Bella to just try to go for any hit and make his car as wide as he can. Those Octanes, they're fast and nimble, but not exactly the widest car. Bella getting bumped away. She's not going to be able to put that one on. As I say that, though, the recovery works out, and she does get the tying goal.
That's a good bump from Blue Screen. It's just unfortunate. Bella lands on the ball, or excuse me, the ball lands on Bella and just bounces right off the wall back to her. And it's almost one of those moments, Mustache, you're like, oh, look what fell in my lap, as you're struggling to recover, and next thing you know, you have a wide open net to take a shot at.
If the Rocket League gods don't bless you right there, when you're just like, oh, there's a ball in front of me, in front of the net that I need to score on, you have to capitalize on those, but Blue Screen's gonna capitalize on the bait and switch, and Bella just stops in her track, but she knows she's got plenty of time.
Perfect job by Blue Screen there. Gave the illusion that he wasn't close enough to change direction, and then just like that, he plays Axel Snatcher. And so a big goal there, a big mental goal and momentum builder for Blue Screen is off the kickoff. This one's in the right direction, but Bella tracking back will make the save. She's going to play this one as a long clearance, and Blue Screen running to stay in the play. Will be in there to make a good save. His defense, Mustache, has been ever so impressive.
Oh, it has it, and it was impressive in game number 1, and you're right, Bella was chasing him down with the target on his back. He was able to get away and able to hold down the fort. Now over on his offensive push, he's going to take this one all the way back to his own half, regain himself, get some boost. Definitely see that a lot in one's play. And Bella not getting the play that she wants, hoping that she could get the bump. Wasn't able to do so either. But the aggressiveness on the attack. Blue Screen, I believe this one should be off target. And Bella, with the wave dash, going to be able to regain, get control. Gets one hit. Can't go for the flip reset. Going for the challenge. Blue Screen going to take it away. But Bella keeping it here and close. Blue Screen, though, has control. Does he get the bump over? No, and Bella gets an awesome 50, but Blue Screen able to recover. He's just got to get this one away.
Blue Screen's recovery's hanging on right now as Bella continues to win challenges in front of him. This is a dangerous ball back across. Bella will try to work this one to the side. Blue Screen, huge boost off. 20 seconds left for Bella. Another goal would effectively end it. That one's off the post and out. This one's going to be just tucked inside the post, and with 13 left, Mustache, that might be it.
Wow, blue screen. What a just whale tail shot. I don't know if there's a real name for those types of shot, but I always equate it to the whale tail, the wing that we see here on the Octane. Able to put that one right inside the post. 13 seconds left. It's definitely possible to get two. She needs one now, and then, oh, as I say that, right off of the backboard, blue screen having to get a touch on it. This one looking dangerous. Bella not going to be able to get the 2 goals needed, so it is going to be a blue screen series win. She does get one for the road. Unfortunate, though, as she's not able to tie up the series.
That shot with about 9 seconds left, Mustache. I thought she found the angle from the impossible. It's a great series, however. The last goal not changing the overall outcome. Blue screen will win 2-0, and Booth, we're going to need to have a chat here in about 5 minutes or so when we get Top Gun back in here. But looking at our Game 2 stats, no demos again, Mustache.
No demos indeed. What is that? 4 and 3 saves apiece, a 57% shooting, kickoff advantage in favor of blue screen. I mean, this one was an even matchup. Blue screen just getting 1 goal to really kind of set up his confidence, and then that final little gimme goal, that go ahead rather, to put that one right there on the inside of the post. A big, huge win for blue screen. You know, obviously we predicted Bella. Everybody from the chat predicting, well, in fact, it was blue screen. It was 62% went blue screen. So chat knows something we don't. I'm throwing my notes out the window. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I mean, just it's unbelievable to see what these players are doing, and rightfully so. You guys played your hearts out, and GG's to both of you guys.
Indeed, and at this point, Mustache, I think this is time for group rethink here. So let's get Top Gun back in here. She'll do the prize wheel session, then we're going to have a little group conversation about why we are now 0 for 2.
I mean, listen, you guys. We're doing our best over here. It's clear that when we all agree, then who we agree on is going to lose. Anyways, it might be a little bit of a curse, but we did have blue screen versus Bella, and blue screen did win. So if you voted for blue screen, you do have the opportunity now to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So let's go ahead and roll that and see who the winner is.
Here is Dynamic D's prize winner.
Congratulations to Markovich on the win! Exclamation point claim in the chat to claim your prize. I'm gonna actually start off on a little bit of a discussion on that game, or on the series rather. The thing is I know that we all said Bella and we got it wrong, right? But the series was so close, the games were so close, even though it was a sweep. Like, the games were incredibly close. I think Bella in the first game had more control, and then in the second game, blue screen kind of kicked it off, was taking a lot of boost, and was kind of making it very difficult to make good challenges, considering how often there was 0 boosts. I mean, Bella had the kickoff advantage, I think, both games as well, and it just didn't go her way, honestly. They were very close. Bolts?
Oh yeah, I'd have to definitely agree. The two things that I really noticed from blue screen, his defense and the way he accepted the challenges. Mustache pointed it out. He did a very good job of making that Octane, which isn't necessarily the biggest hitbox, feel really big. And even when he lost 50s, he directed the ball away from his net towards the corners where there wasn't too much danger. It was a fantastic series. 1 goal games, couple bounces here and there, and Bella could have very easily walked away with the series win. And Mustache, I think you'd have to feel the same.
Oh yeah, and back to Top Gun's point, you're right. The fact that it's a sweep, and you know, if you look back on this Liquipedia page, you'll see that, Bella got swept. Well, it's not that it's not that cut and dry. You know, both games were 4-3 games. It was a very close matchup down to the bitter end. You know, down to the final 60 seconds in both games really is where the game had a specific turn. And so unfortunate for Bella, Blue Screen obviously coming out with the win. Good for him. I would say, you know, even though chat voted for him, I feel that in career-wise, you know, Blue Screen is the underdog. Again, you know, I don't want to make it sound like he's not anywhere to the experience that she has, but still, you know, Blue Screen still coming in as that player that does, you know, anything and everything on the field, whereas she is a more competitive player. She's grinding in every day. So that's a big win for Blue Screen, and rightfully so. Congratulations on that. But Bella, you played your heart out. You did what you needed to do. It just didn't work out, and I have to say GG's to you as well.
We do have one more series for you guys. Ranny versus Barney will be the SSL Division and will be a best of 5. Once again, GG's to both Blue Screen and Bella, and don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So I go watching you, turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. I can't stand the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I won't have this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I am a little bit insecure, a little unconfident, cause you don't understand to do what I can, but sometimes it don't make sense. I am what you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So I let go, watching you, turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all that I got. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I won't have this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. You gotta listen to me like you need right now. You gotta listen to me like you need right now. The way I did before, don't turn your back on me, you won't be ignored. I can't stand the way I did before, don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I won't have this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I can't stand. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I won't have. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored.
A highlight from the URLC roster. And now, Dynamic D's Game Changer with RemmyRL.
What is up, guys? Here we are with the Game Changer, and Winning game 1 was huge for Blue Screen. This was a close match all around. Bella was playing insanely aggressive Rocket League while Blue Screen was just taking smart challenges and 50s all around. He got the game tying goal right there, which was absolutely huge for his cause going into the last minute of the match. And then he managed to turn it around here, get a 50 off the wall, or not even a 50, he just popped it over Bella, and then managed to just pop it right in, scoring a goal, and then holding Bella off for the rest of the game, securing a game 1 and giving him confidence to win the series in game 2.
Welcome back, everyone. What do you guys think about that game changer with Remy? Do you guys think that was kind of the turning point for Blue Screen there? Not that there ever necessarily was, I feel, a turning point for him in that second game, specifically, or like the series as a whole, but do you think that was a big play for him?
Bolts, I'll let you start that off.
I definitely think it was. That's part of that 3-goal swing in game number 1, where again, it looked like Bella was in control. She's got that lead, and the next thing you know, here comes Blue Screen, 3 unanswered. I described that as almost a near post challenge. It was a test of Bella. She'd been testing him with the aerial mechanics. It was a test for her, you know, to see if she can react. Can she climb that ladder to some of these shots that are savable, but they're top tier saves. They're 5-star saves. And to me, that was a huge moment. I think that's where we really found Blue Screen find some confidence, Mustache.
I agree. You know, to have that swing in the game is exactly what you want if you're a ones player, to have 3 unanswered goals. I mean, every single goal in a ones game just boosts your confidence more and more. So to have those 3 unanswered as the time is ticking down, that has to be the game changer, and that's really when he started to pop off.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think that, as chat has said, Rocket League is a game of momentum, and he did swing the momentum in his favor for that first game and made it difficult for Bella to come back in the final seconds, for sure. We also would like to give a congratulations to Tenacity. While he is not in this event, he did win the TikTok. He was voted in for the TikTok highlight that you saw during break. What do you Mustache Volts, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys typically have that problem with your teammates? People telling you, oh, don't blame your teammates, and then you're over here making some great play and some random teammate just comes in from Narnia, stealing your shot, stealing the play, and just knocking the ball away.
We all know, every single Rocket League player knows that you get that one teammate in that one game that you're like, look, I will definitely be the first person to say, look, I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes in Rocket League. But when you see stuff like that, you just go, like, what are you doing? What? Come on, just hold down, make a common thought out there and just be like, look, let me do what I'm doing, calm down, get back, and you get the ball chasing teammates and stuff. Again, I will always say I'm the first one at fault if a play goes round or goes bad, but sometimes you're just like, come on, common sense. Why has it been, leaving our society for years? But it is what it is. You just say, all right, that's it, and you just move on to the next game. That's the beauty of Rocket League. It's only 5 minutes, and then you go on to the next one. So I agree with him, but I love seeing Tenacity's stuff on TikTok. Make sure you follow him on TikTok. Make sure you follow URLC on TikTok. I mean, you can see more of that stuff, or go to the Discord where all of the voting went for that specific TikTok. So make sure you hit up the URLC community Discord, and you can vote on other TikToks that we'll probably do in other different events.
I was going to say, if you're looking for that link tree, you can find it in the Twitter bio. URLC Live is the Twitter handle. I voted for Tenacity's TikTok. I went through, I got a good laugh out of it. I've been told I am guilty of being that teammate that he made a TikTok out of every now and then. So I got a good laugh, envisioned myself, imagined that is probably how my teammates react every now and then. But yeah, congratulations to Tenacity. He makes some fantastic TikTok content. We were super excited to be able to feature that video, and we all got a good laugh. I've already seen it, and I was still laughing at it, Top Gun. So pretty good content.
You know, I agree. We do have another series to kind of get it underway, though, and it is Ranny versus Barney. And from what I heard, Barney has been training really, really hard and studying Ranny's replays. So, what do you guys think about that?
Hey, you know, this is a David and Goliath type of series, and we will go into a little bit further on. But to know that he's been coaching or been getting taught what he needs to against one of the probably better ones coaches in the scene right now. You know, Ranny has been a ones main for a while, top 100 player. You have to go against him. You maybe not be, you're maybe not up to his echelon of gameplay, so you do what you need to make it an even playing field. So he's reached out to Remy, who's been doing our game changers, to get some coaching. So more power to him, because this one is going to be a hard-fought battle.
Oh, definitely. And Remy, again, a top-level player himself, played CRL at Penn State, has now graduated, moved on to some Rocket League coaching, helping with the URLC here. If you're an SSL, you'll see him in your ranked games. But this promo has not been seen by anyone. We at the desk haven't seen it. I don't even know if Remy himself has seen the full package with all of this. So this is the first time look at what it's been like training Barney to get ready for this matchup with Randy. Let's go ahead and roll the package. All right, here we go. Drewski trying to work his way back. Actually, he's going to get all tangled up with Barney. He's running away.
Barney,
man.
That's what I'm wanting.
This might cost him. Going to try to put Barney awkward. Wow, Barney stole mid.
Oh,
Barney
that's
put
it.
Drewski awkward.
Badly, Barney just rolls that one in, and he takes game one.
Going off the movement and control now, but made a mistake.
Don't
Barney, Barney, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't you do it, Barney.
When he gets in his zone and he's comfortable, Barney is very smart player. He does a lot of fakes, and he tries to predict how a player is going to go about a whole scenario. Barney is an extremely coachable player. Extremely. I think that you play well, but there are a few things that you could work on that are going to hurt you against Randy. Just do a regular kickoff like you're doing it against someone.
Usually,
let me see another one. Like, pretend someone's opposing you. Okay. Let me see. If you can go to spectator, I'll show you. Randy's got a pretty good kickoff.
Yeah.
It's fast, and he hits it low. Right? You gotta hit it. See where he's hitting it?
Yeah.
Right where I said?
Yeah, perfectly where you said.
Right. It's, you're gonna be fine. You are.
What do you think? Do you think I'm just giving too much space
you
and just like
you let me
do your
you let
thing?
me have just free 45-degree flicks, which is what Randy would do. But he said that in his free time, he actually watched, skimmed over off camera a few more of Randy's replays,
which is very helpful. It's given us a lot of insights on what his playstyle is like, what he tends to do. He prefers to just flick the ball instead of go for ground shots. When he starts all of his aerial plays, he jumps off, like he hits the ball off the wall, and then he dodges. Now that dodge is very good. It's a high level maneuver to super high ranks. I've never really pushed for top of the world, but I'm pushing like I am. I am pushing as hard as I can push. He does only jump once.
Right. He was worried about that. And then, Randy slipped behind him. That was just a good play by Randy.
Yeah. I'm basically going to say, Randy, if you want to beat me, you're going to have to just play better.
Randy, honestly, me and Barney have been training hard. We've been checking out how you play. We've been watching some replays. We've been doing some reviews. We've been in the booth, okay? I think that Barney knows how you play more than you do. He knows your tendencies, he knows your habits, he knows what you're gonna go for in the air, on the ground, before you do. I think that's worrisome, that Barney knows how you play so much. You've been studying, okay? So, you take that how you will. I would be prepared to bring your all, because this is not going to be an easy match for you.
Well, you guys, that was Barney and that was Remy. You got to see a little bit of how he has been preparing for this matchup against Randy, and you know what? It's looking like it's gonna be a tough matchup. Maybe even see Game 5. What do you guys think?
I would love to see a Game 5 out of this. It would be phenomenal. Remember, it is a David versus Goliath matchup. I believe Randy's sitting top 100, always playing ones, whereas I got some tidbits from Barney, sitting around GC2, GC1 in ones. So that's why he's been doing this coaching. It is not exactly an even playing field for him. So got some coaching, looking over replays, doing whatever research he needs to make sure he can have the upper hand, because he knows he's not going to be able to outplay Randy. So he's going to have to outsmart Randy. Randy's going to think, hey, this one's in the bag for me. He is coming off of an event earlier today, the Knights Arena Spring Bash, so Randy's warmed up. Now, granted, he's been hanging out here in chat. I've been seeing him chit-chat here in the Twitter or in the Twitch audience, but he's played today. He's warmed up. Hopefully Barney's been warming up too, Volts. This one should be a good matchup, just seeing that promo video.
I just want to say wow to that promo video. That's my initial reaction. I'm sure you guys could see my face during watching that video. I mean, what a great behind the scenes into what it's like to get some coaching from these top level players. I mean, they're looking at where you hit the ball on kickoff. I worry that I will miss the ball on kickoff, let alone which part of the ball I'm hitting when I go for it. And so really high level stuff. Barney's put in a ton of thought to this. I can't wait. I'm wondering, Top Gun, for our chat predictions, did that promo video just change anybody's mind?
I think that it might have. And before we get in our predictions, before we start those, we also want you guys to be able to start your predictions as they will show on the screen, how to vote for each individual. So make sure you guys do that, because the winner, or those who vote for the winner of this series, will have that opportunity for the $50 gift card. So remember that when voting for your homies, or, vote for who you think will win. We are going to get those votes going for chat as well as for us. So we can go ahead and roll that.
This is Sanam's Duel Predictions. Who will win the series?
Once again, we do have Randy versus Barney here. Make sure you guys get your votes in. We are going to, actually, I'll go ahead and start off with my prediction. I know that promo was looking real good. I know that it was. I know they've been working hard. I still think that Randy can come through with the win. Volts, what do you think?
Oh, this is a tough spot. You went Randy, and of course, it's hard to doubt a top 101 player there. But I'm going to put my faith in Remy and in Barney, in Barney's ability to receive the top-level coaching from Remy and translate it on to the field here. We heard in the very beginning of the show, Randy said he didn't even prepare for this event, did nothing special. Barney has been training. That footage he was looking at of Randy dated all the way back to September of 2020. So 2 years worth of footage, a lifetime of studying. I'm casting my vote right now for Barney. Mustache, we have a tie for the first time tonight in the booth. Go ahead and break it for us.
All right, guys, I've had this little notepad here of all kinds of notes. You guys have been hearing me spit out all night long. And so I flip over to my Ranny versus Barney matchup. All right. Little bit of a tidbit. Content creator for SSG. He's the analyst on their RLCS runs. Ranny has started his own coaching site. Top 100, 1v1 main. He was just in the Spring Bash earlier. I was looking back at that. His Team Lawler, not exactly what they wanted to see, but remember, it was only for seeding, so they obviously will still be playing tomorrow. But then we looked at Barney. Barney, he's been coached by Remy for, like you said, what was it, 2 years or so. He's coming in with a lot of confidence. He has just been treating this day in and day out. I got to get better. I got to do this. I got to look at this. I got to figure out what Rainey is doing. He's going to try and be slow and methodical. He's going to try to, bait out Ranny. Ranny's going to be the juggernaut. He is going to be the more mechanical player. It is how smart can Barney play, which will determine how this series go. I made my predictions when I did this sheet earlier today, and you guys can't see it now, but I'm scratching Randy's name out. I'm going down with Barney. I'm going with you, Volts. I've been wrong. I've been picking the solidified winner each and every one, and it's been thrown in my face. Obviously Randy is definitely the favorite to win this one, so I'm going Barney. Barney, I'm trusting in the coaching that Remy has been giving you.
I do think well, listen, I know that you guys both went Barney and then I went Ranny, right? And I understand why you guys chose what you chose. I know everybody loves an underdog, and that is indeed what Barney is in this situation. I think that he is an underdog, and I think it's going to take a lot for him to beat Ranny. Do I think it's possible? Yes, I will say that, but I think he's gonna come through with the win? I don't think so. I'm sticking to Ranny. I am not going to switch and make us all be the same. 3 times in a row tonight, one of us hosts / casters will come through, or will come out on top, rather, on predictions tonight. Is it gonna be Mustache and Volts, or is it gonna be me? Last event, it was me. So,
I'm looking at Barney in the chat. Thank you, boys. Let's take the Titan down. That's right, Barney. Take the Titan down. Look, obviously, statistically, you gotta side with Randy. I even look. Chat. Wait, I had it written down. Randy. I don't know if you guys can see it. Randy. I had it circled, but I switched it. I gotta go with Barney. I'm trusting the coaching. I hope it works, but hey, statistically, Randy, you are definitely, obviously, the hot favorite, and I wouldn't be surprised if you win. But Barney, you've got confidence. Feed off that confidence. Let's give him a show.
Mustache, the one thing that does scare me about this, it is a best of 5 here. And so that's going to give Randy a chance to adapt. It allows for more of a feeling out period in game number 1. Barney to test the waters with some of the things he's practiced, see if his reads are correct, and it also allows Randy to adapt to what Barney is coming out with, how much he's studied, how much he's learned. But best of 5 here. It's tough to not see this one go at least 4.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be that way. I want at least 4 games out of this. It would be phenomenal to see it. I want to see 5. I'd love to see the full distance. And you look at just off of the challenge though, Randy gonna put this one in. Barney not even electing to go for the kickoff, hoping that Randy would launch it. But remember, this is Randy. He is a ones god. I think I've seen it there in chat. He knows what to do if somebody bails on the kickoff. So I don't know if those fake kickoffs are going to work. But let's find out. Randy with the great recovery, gets the flick, puts another one in, and we are already 2 goals up 9 seconds in.
And it's the 45-degree flick that we heard Remy mention in the promo package for our main event that does come through here. So smooth from Randy, and definitely not the start that Barney was looking for.
It's just some of the challenges going in favor of Randy. You know, yes, he gets the 45-degree flick. Obviously, it was a good hit, but I still think the first goal is a challenge. He's got it in the air, and one of the things that Remy told me behind the scenes was that it's going to be Barney who's going to try and keep the ball low to the ground. Don't try to take it to the air because Randy will beat you in the air. And he's got no boost to beat Barney here, but he does get another flick. He's going to pop that over to the side, throw the whoops up because, hey, he didn't exactly want to put that one off to the side. He wanted to put it in the net. But a nice flick to come out from Barney. He can't elect to go for it. Can Barney put this one around? No, the challenge working in Randy's favor. And we are back off to the Barney's half.
Ooh. Almost a redirect there that would have put Randy up 3. The speed is a huge difference here thus far. Randy looks extremely fast and confident right now as he'll get the corner boost. Starvy's thinking ceiling shot, and this is what Barney had to be careful of. It's a great save off the back wall, but a big bump will keep this one from being a breakaway goal for now. Barney had a look. He's going to get a second one. Oh, the mind games. The slow shot will get him on the board.
You know, that defensive clear that Barney had Randy not gotten that bump on him, I think Barney would have been able to get the recovery and make it down to get the goal anyway. So still the same, you know, course of events that I expected out of that, but good for Barney to, you know, get that bump on him, say, I'm not able to get that one down the pitch as fast as I need. Randy gonna throw up yet another one to make that lead back to 2. But Barney is definitely keeping this one close.
It's a good response from Randy Mustache. You give up a hard-fought goal number 1 in favor of Barney, then you come back immediately, and 6 seconds later, you're back on top by 2.
Oh, Randy trying to fake him out. He didn't have any boost. He is going to pick up that midfield, but is Barney going to get the fake on him? He gets the flick instead. And that is the second time we've seen a good flick come out from Barney and put the goal in.
This is a great job by him. He notices Randy is facing the wrong direction, and wow, the fact that Randy came that close to saving that is so impressive because this is a perfectly placed shot. It's a good response from Barney. We might have seen a couple early game nerves, and every time he hits back, Randy just swings and connects again.
So one of the things that I was a little worried with Randy being able to see kind of the promo and kind of see some behind the scenes of how Remy and Barney have been working together is those kickoffs, you know. So the fact that Barney has been focusing on Randy's kickoff, either A, he's going to make sure that those kickoffs are going to be perfect, or he's going to slow down the kickoff so that way Barney has to hit it into Randy. He's not going to necessarily fake the kickoff, but he's just going to be right behind the ball enough to make it look like he's actually going to get the hit, but instead Barney gets the first hit and Randy's able to recover. He's able to get another goal right there, a 3-goal lead in favor of Randy with 3:16 left, and Barney just did the exact same thing that I talked about Randy doing. So good read by Barney. He gets the pop. It's going to fall in. Barney decreases the lead by 1.
Randy was so close to keeping this out of the back of the net. He gets a pretty good piece of it, but just can't slow it down enough. But Mustache, you are indeed correct. The kickoff goals, especially if Randy is going to be able to score them like he is right now, it's going to be a very dangerous situation, and it's gonna keep us on our toes and all the viewers on their toes as far as scoreline goes. Randy can clearly score and score quickly off of them. Almost got scored on, and that's a huge demo. Randy has to wait on mid, and that's a fortunate break for Barney, as mid just wasn't quite there, but Randy will still make it work. The shot over the top, the lead 6-3.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. When I saw the spawn for Barney happen on the near side, not the far side, I knew this was going to be a goal for Randy. Not saying that Randy wouldn't have been able to do it either way, but had Barney been on far side, he would have had the time to wait and maybe think. Seconds matter in ones specifically, not only just 2s and 3s, but 1s, because you have to just wait for certain touches like that. That one's going to be crossbar. Randy going to throw that one in. Barney not able to get the hit. Just like that, the seconds matter, and Randy able to put 2 in basically, 10 seconds or so? So 4-goal lead in favor of Randy. This one's starting to snowball away, but Barney can't keep it close because we are just approaching halfway.
I was going to say, not even halfway home and 10 goals scored. Definitely not like the last series we saw here. Barney, once again, will start from his own orange side, and then he will be deleted by Randy here, who just needs enough boost to tap this one in. Finally gets there, he crossbars it, and that will bail Barney out. Now Barney with an available open net. He's going to track this one down and take advantage of that, and that's a 2-goal swing, Mustache. Barney finds himself down just 3.
He fell right on that boost pad in front of Ranny to pick up the 12 to give him the momentum. That crucial gravity fall right there was perfect for him to get that goal. And another fake kickoff working out, but Ranny with the spin doesn't have any boost. Barney gonna try and get this pass. He's got control. He's got the ground air dribble. Good challenge coming out from Ranny to keep it away, but still dangerous. Quick turn. Barney, though, going to get this hit all the way out to the midfield. He goes for the bump, at least knocking Ranny off his path. And I believe Ranny sitting to about 40 in tank. They're both kind of tied up in the fuel situation right now. And Barney's going to take that one over to his own corner, regain, and reset.
Barney now off the wall. He doesn't, again, want to go in the air too much. He did have a look, but Randy's defense stands strong. The flick off the wall. This one's just on. Barney, awkward save. He actually keeps it in front. Oh, an unfortunate break. He definitely didn't mean to do that, and that is going to hurt him. Down by 4, minute 29 left.
That is so unfortunate because had Barney not fallen in front of the ball, Randy kind of encroached up. That ball would have bounced off post right down the center. Had Barney been able to recover, could have maybe started his push down the pitch and gotten a goal. But instead, he drops it right in front of his own net. Randy capitalizes as we all expect him to. And we see this goal deficit back to 4. Barney sitting with no boost. Randy faking the challenge on it. He knows Barney is sitting low. And the bump coming out, a little bit of a bump and grind right there from Barney onto Randy to make sure that he kind of takes him off his path. Randy, does he put it in? He does. Unbelievable mechanics. We talked about him before. A thrilling showing from Randy.
Pops it to himself, gets back on the wall for the Doomsday here. What a shot from Randy. And that is just reminding Barney of what he is capable of. That lead now up to 5 goals. Down but not out. This is a mountain in front of Barney as he wanted the bump off the little pop. He does not find it. Does find a bump as Randy comes back down. 13 to defend with, and that's a great angle from Barney as he just continues to not go quietly into the night.
That little bump right there, Randy coming down, maybe using the boost, basically created almost like an anvil effect. Randy came down and just put his foot down, wasn't bumped or moved off of where he landed. Nevertheless, Barney able to get some quick turns, get that goal in. Still a 4-goal deficit. Randy's going to try and put another one in. Good recovery from Barney. This one's still dangerous, though. Corner boost pickup. Randy coming out. I don't believe Randy's going to be able to get there in time, but I've been wrong before, and he was getting there fast. Now, just need to see Barney. He's going to try and keep the ball close to him. You see every time, oh, and Randy's actually going to help that one along, so decreases the lead by 1, but there are 18 seconds left.
This is a good shot from Barney here. He made Randy think about the bump. You could see Randy jump a little bit early there. And just couldn't quite turn that one away. 9-6, down but not out seems to be the theme. This one, possible but not probable, Mustache, I think is the best way to categorize it. And the longer this one takes to find either back of the net, the worse it gets for Barney. It looks like he will drop game number 1.
You know, when you see a one's main, you can definitely tell their confidence because how many times do you see them launch it towards their own net? Randy hit that one with just enough power to take it towards his own net, but still hold on to the possession. And that right there is just a showing of how dangerous one main's players are. And a 9-6 goal differential between these two is a thrilling matchup. 15 shots. I mean, just a good showing from Barney to keep it close. But again, Randy just showing why he is one of those top dogs in the one scene.
It was a dominating control for him for most of that game as well. Mustache, he had the kickoff advantage, the advantage in the shots department, and again, we saw a little bit of the demo plays come out. It's difficult to catch some of these SSLs. They move at supersonic for most of the game. The demos are going to mainly be on shot attempts or rotations through, but still 2 demos for Ranny. Barney might start looking for a little bit more bumps, a little bit more effective bumps on the goal line would be a trend that I expect to see for game number 2. But again, this is a best of 5. Both these players, while they had good game number 1s, definitely have some things to improve on.
Yeah, and you see that kickoff advantage in favor of Ranny. We know he's going to start off with a kickoff and then just be relentless as the plays move on. So keeping it close, though, you know, Barney coming out with 40% in the kickoff. But the demos playing key factor. You see one more for Ranny than Barney. And yeah, just some of the big plays to come out from Ranny really propelled himself. In fact, there was that very first goal, I believe, was the awkward challenge from the fake kickoff that worked out and kind of set the ball rolling for Ranny on top of just some of the more mechanical plays he had. So Ranny coming out with the game 1 win. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 5 now, and game 2 is the important one when you have a best of 5. You can lose game 1, win game 2, and then set the momentum back in your favor. But first, we need to see Barney do so.
Ooh, that's a good shot on the turn there. Ranny, however, was ready for it. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Barney. Early aggressive pressure. He looks a little bit more confident than he did last game. Randy, what in the world? Randy, what is that? And Barney had it red. All right. The difference between skill levels of mine and theirs is clearly evident, as I was sure this was originally headed into the back of the net.
Well, good defensive prowess from Barney. He's working with what he's got. He knows Randy's got the mechanics. He's able to not necessarily panic. He's able to keep it out of the net for the first go around. This one not going to be able to have enough power to get into the back. Oh, and is that going to be a launch? It is. Randy going to put the second one in. And this is how game 1 started, but we did see Barney kind of claw his way back rather. So we're going to have to see him do it again, but Randy again starting off with those early and fast goals.
I was trying to give Barney's shot attempt a little bit more oomph behind it here in the booth, encouraging it to get there because I knew he just didn't catch enough of it. And again, Randy is so effective when you give him any kind of space. Even if he looks like he's awkward on the wall, that's a good boost keep by Randy. It's now Barney trying to limit that space. He won't win the 50, and Randy just ends up in mid-boost trying to put it in. He won't connect, but he will be able to grab corner, and he knows Barney's low.
Randy gonna take it to his own net. He knows he doesn't have to fear taking it to his own net because he knows he can just hold on to the possession, keep Barney away from it. This one gonna roll. Randy not gonna be able to recover, so he's gonna pick up the few boost pads needed. Good challenge coming out from Barney. He's got all the time in the world. You just need to put it on target. Rightfully so, he does, and we decrease it by 1.
That might have been the first over-aggressive play we've seen from Randy Mustache. I really felt that he could have maybe turned away or not gone headfirst into that challenge, and Barney takes full advantage as it was a great 50 from him.
Oh, and another good kickoff. Barney has all the time and puts it off target. That is something that you cannot have, especially against the juggernaut that is Randy. So Barney's just going to have to regain, and get himself back into this game. That's just an unfortunate turn of events. Good play by Barney to drop that one down, dodge the demo. Randy, I believe, sitting with little to nothing in the tank. Yeah, he did just pick up. Barney, can he get this one around? He's got to cut it quick. He does, and gets the goal he needed before. A little bit of time wasted, but hey, it doesn't matter. Still, Barney gets the tying goal.
This is a good shot. Barney cut it close. Randy almost got there with the demo, but he doesn't quite clip him enough or even a little bit. So 2-2, our first neutral scoreline since the opening kickoff, and Barney trying to settle in Mustache. He looks a little bit uncomfortable still, and Randy looks like he is firing on all cylinders as the ceiling, I don't even know, ceiling bounce double, I guess that's a shot is what he was looking for. Almost connects, but doesn't quite find the goal.
Oh, and just the jukes right there. Barney, the first time in this series, is able to come out with the lead. And it almost sounds like we're a little bit biased, but it's just because we know how good Rainey is. So everybody's just kind of rooting for the underdog that is Barney. But Rainey quickly going to turn off this kickoff and get it all tied up. So yes, it sounds like we're rooting for Rainey. Barney. We're trying to keep this as unbiased as possible, and Rainey's going to make sure this stays at a tie game.
What a redirect off kickoff. That is not easy to do, what Rainey just did, let alone get the power behind it here as he's really looking to resettle in. He looks super comfortable, even with a neutral scoreline, even when he was behind. He looks so comfortable. It's the true presence of a top ones player. As he has got full possession here, just wants to force Barney to go up and use the little bit he had left, and the double will come through, and just like that, Rainey back in front.
And I believe during the pregame, somebody said to Rainey in chat, hey, since they've been watching everything you do, just don't do anything that you typically do. And Rainey says, okay, I'll go for double taps. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He gets the double tap needed, puts himself back on top. The stalled kickoff coming out from Barney. At least he baits up to make it look like he's coming in. But the Doomsday coming out from Rainey. He will put that one in the back of the net, and the 2-goal lead starts to come back.
Rainey is just a force to be reckoned with. As soon as Barney hasn't figured it out, he's able to switch up his play style. He's got a new kickoff that is the current answer as he is back to dominating the kickoff game, and once again, with it on his hood, trying to go for something fancy. I believe he was out of boost in that situation. And speaking of out of boost, Barney was completely empty. Rainey just pops it over him, and that is a wide open net to double his lead.
Randy, tell me in chat later on, is this the tactic? Do one's mains, do they just constantly put it off their backboard thinking, hey, I'm going to make it look like I'm putting it on target or I'm putting it into a position where I don't have control, but you obviously have full control. He puts it off, gets the bounce, gets it over Barney, and able to drive it right down the center of the pitch. Such a dangerous play because it could go awry, but the controls coming out all the time in the world for Randy to dribble that one around. I believe he did get the flip. No, he did not get the flip reset. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yes, he did. It didn't look like it from our perspective, but he certainly got the flip reset. I believe he even found a second one on that aerial there. So how impressive from Randy, and he's back up on the ceiling as we speak, looking for that bounce double, but doesn't quite find it. Randy firing on all cylinders. This is one of the most impressive displays of ones that I've seen in a very long time, Mustache. Probably since the last Drewski versus Isfura event. This is probably the most impressive display I've seen.
Oh, indeed, and there's just a little bit of a mistake that could have been capitalized, but again, Randy just keeping that ball almost like he's got the magnet, the magnet from Rumble. He's just keeping that ball always by his car. Whether he's got no boost, 50 boost, 100 boost, he's always on top, attacking this ball. Puts this one off. I do believe it is going to be off target. Going to bounce off the post. Barney does aid it just a little bit. And a bounce over Barney. That one's going to be yet another one in the 5-goal lead now. Randy really starting to pick up the pace. He is not happy that Barney had the lead for even just the few seconds that he did.
This one, Mustache, is not trending how Barney would need it to. Again, this is a best-of-5 series, so he's not done after this one here. But, I mean, at this point, if you're Barney, you have to think about hitting the reset button on some of what you're trying. And I mean, I certainly don't have an answer. I don't know if you have one, but what does it take to slow down Randy at this point?
Unplug his computer. I don't know. I mean, look at this. He's just constantly attacking, and I feel for Barney because when you have that kind of speed coming at you, it is intimidating. It is hard to challenge. You think, okay, he's got the ground to air dribble, so you have to wait. You have to kind of wait for that perfect moment to challenge. But then you see the 1 or 2 flip resets. Okay, so then you try to keep the ball close to the ground. Well, then Rainey's going to challenge you and just make sure that you almost have this weird physics bounce off the ball to where you can't recover off of it, and the challenge work out in his favor. So Rainey is just a dangerous player when it comes to ones. He goes for the flip reset right there. And now we get Barney, since he's got all the time in the world and he's got the lead, you're going to see Rainey go for these weird plays because it doesn't matter. Just like this, he misses the attack. Okay, well, Barney puts it in. He's still got a 3-goal lead, 7 seconds. Crazy things have happened, but I don't see this lead, going away in this particular game. So Barney will have to call back in game 3 to try to, send this series to more Rocket League.
Good momentum builders for Barney, though, as again, Mustache, I posed the question, do you kind of throw some of do you throw the whole drawing board out the window, not even go back to it? You just throw it out the window at this point and trust your on-field preparation. Just play Rocket League maybe at this point.
Now, I mean, any coaching that Remy would have given Barney to say, hey, do this, do that, do that, you do have to take that in consideration because Rainey is the more mechanical player. You have to be smarter than Rainey. That's a tough order. I'm not going to lie. Rainey is a very smart player. We can see it right here. He's always going to hold on to that control. In fact, they're even talking, they're in the chat, and I know you guys can't see it, but it is a tall order, and we said this is a David versus Goliath type of situation. Rainey is just a juggernaut out here on the pitch, and Barney, though doing what he needs to, is still just... It's so hard to take down somebody that is so skilled as Rainey here in ones.
Yeah, the task of now winning 3 straight against Rainey. I don't know if it is physically possible for Barney, but this is why you take it 1 game at a time. Barney's already back on the pitch. He's ready to give it his best effort here. No real unforced errors for either team. Back and forth, again, 2-2 across these players in this series. We'll see if maybe Barney can take advantage. Maybe Rainey makes a little bit more mistakes, comfortable with a 2-goal or a 2-series game lead. Randy went for a huge demo there. Didn't quite connect with Barney, and Randy now on the receiving end of a big demo. Barney has an open net. He can't quite put it home, and Randy goes flying past as well. So no follow-up there. Mustache, it almost feels like Barney has to play perfect Rocket League at this point.
And sadly enough, that is what you have to do if you're Barney. Look at that. Just play on target. I mean, Barney had the one opportunity off the demo. He does put it off to the side a little bit. Rainey able to recover. And just this bounce, Rainey just dropping this one into the back of the net. Barney does have to play perfect Rocket League. And it's almost, unfortunate to have to say that, but if you thought you were good at Rocket League, you have to be even better than that to take down these players that are in the SSL ranks, that are constantly, playing these game modes day in and day out, specifically ones here, because it can get so tilting because you just are shown every mistake that you make, and it's so unfortunate because you don't have a player to bail you out.
Thinking of bailouts there, Barney able to bail himself out with a big bump onto Ranny, who just lands with a full, or I should say half tank of boost, and then just staring at an open net. So sometimes you do everything you can and you still can't keep Ranny out of the back of the net.
No, the recoveries, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why not only does Randy play ones, but he has started his own coaching website. I mean, I've seen him just kind of give tips and tricks to any and all players. I mean, this is definitely a player that you want to watch if you want to get better at ones, or if you just need to learn something specific that you need to get better at, especially on the challenges or kickoffs. Another great recovery right here. He puts it on that near side. Barney having to stretch and actually helping it in. 3-goal lead. We haven't seen one from Barney yet, and typically we do see one from him by this point, so we need a turnaround from Barney. Hopefully we don't see the goose egg. And Barney and Randy both electing not to go for that, seeing who's going to go for it first. And just like that, Randy puts the shot on, he misses it, he gets the recovery, the rebound. That's what makes him such a tough ones player.
Oh, good shot, but Barney able to make the save this time as Randy perfectly content to just waste time. He'll continue to throw bombs at the net if they go through. Good for his scoreline. If they don't, just continues to burn time. We've been on this orange half of the field now, Mustache, for almost 30 seconds as King Randy is perfectly content to just time waste. I mean, look at him take his time in the corner, fake the flick, and as soon as Barney challenges, Randy's right back on him.
And I'm looking over the stats of the game so far, 100% kickoff advantage in favor of Randy. And that's why we see the 3 goals. And not all of them have been off of kickoffs. There's been 7 shots on target from Randy versus the 1 from Barney. It has been all offense from Randy. He's going to try and do it again. Couldn't get the protractor out fast enough to get the angle on that one. So he's going to retreat back. Barney going to try and bait him out. Can he get the pop over? He does not. Randy reads it perfectly like a book. Doesn't pick up the boost though, so he's going to have to slow play this one and see what he can do with it here.
Oh, what a pop for a slow play. No boost. He can't quite capitalize on it. Might have popped it a little bit too high up as he waited for gravity to kick in and bring that ball back to him. Randy tried to pre-jump the high shot, and Barney not able to stuff it low there. Barney now has to keep this one out of the back of the net. Does a good job, but will lose the corner boost. That's a big 50, and Barney trying to scramble, won't even have to make the touch, and it took 3 minutes, Mustache, but he's on the board and he's not down by too much.
I love how Randy throws out the no, like he thought it was going to go up the post. I got to stop taking these 50s in the corner. And you know what? I have heard that from other coaches before too. You've got to watch challenging in the corner because when it bounces out like that, it is so awkward. More often than not, it ends up launching right towards the net. So I have heard that myself, and even I can't live by the words as much as I should. But another good takeaway again from the corner. Barney decreasing it by yet another one. We are within 1 here in game number 3.
I was going to say Randy acknowledged it himself, and I was going to bring it up. He just told himself to get out of the corners and stop taking challenges, and he ends up sliding into a corner and losing the challenge. So we'll see if he can regain here, avoid the corners at all costs. And this is where you want to be. Randy's shot will be turned away by Barney. Uh-oh. Randy was looking to install Barney on that recovery. He does just enough, and he will get the boost. Barney was 16, though. Will choose to stay. That's a decent 50. We'll buy him some time, and now it's time to play some defense. Randy, reset, down, wave dash will not be on target. Thought he was going for a musty the way it was being set up. Will not go through. Barney with only 19 boosts to work with. He is having trouble getting some big boost, and now Randy will continue rolling forward. Good speed flip to at least keep that one from going too close to the orange net, and finally Barney is able to depossess him and get something going. Counterattack chance won't come through, and Randy with the boost starved Mustache. I can't remember the last time I saw Barney get a big boost.
I was just getting ready to think back. I'm like, gosh, he's been trying to just keep him off of it, and he can't just get the boost needed, and so he's trying to keep the ball close. You don't want to get it away, but when you have your opponent with the possession and you with no boost, obviously there's nothing you can do, and it's unfortunate. But he's going to just have to move on. He's got under 50 seconds left. Barney, can he get the flick over? Not going to be able to do so as Randy reads that one pretty well, and he centers it up. Barney, no, Randy actually getting underneath the ball. It's off the post. No, actually, it does go in, even off of the screen. I was watching from Barney's point of view, and I thought that was going to be off, but falls in, and 3-goal lead for Randy.
That was a calculated opportunity for Barney. If he wins that 50, he's within 1. If he loses it, well, you see the outcome. It is goal number 5, and with 30 seconds left, it's not looking too good for Barney. Randy going to look to close out the show in just 3. He's doing a really great job of it right now as he jumped over that boost. He will have to retreat, but it won't matter. Time continues to waste. Ranny knows he's seconds away from closing the door, and that save will do it. The goal line save. He'll take it the other way. King Ranny has finished this one in 3 once these 3 seconds are up.
Ranny, you don't have to do him dirty like that. You steal it off the goal line. Just get pop. I've never played anyone as talented as you. Rightfully so, Barney. I mean, this has been a fantastic matchup. I've loved to see it. To be honest with you, not saying that Remmy's coaching wasn't good, not saying that, he didn't give the tidbits needed for Barney to do what he needed to do, but I would love to see Ranny give some coaching tips, even a session, a quick one, just to see what Ranny can say. Hey, look, this is what you did against me. This is what I could see you were doing wrong, or stuff like that. Those little tidbits are so important, but Ranny, the mechanical genius that he is out here in at least ones, I mean, rightfully so. He was obviously the favorite. And again, I had him picked at the beginning, but I was tired of picking favorites because I was losing. But Randy says, nope, you got to pick me. He had this one from the beginning.
He's just too good, Mustaches. I think that's what it boils down to, Randy. So talented at ones, even with the extra coaching. Barney just couldn't quite rise to the occasion. I think the coaching paid off. I think it gave Randy an extra thing to think about and really gave Barney some confidence moving into this. But, I mean, again, hats off to Randy. That's the most impressive one series I think I've seen in a very long time. The display of skill and knowledge and just the ability to self-evaluate in the middle of the game, even openly doing it in chat, is just so impressive to me. I think that's what most Rocket League players lack, is the ability to self-evaluate what you're doing good and especially what you're doing bad.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And so that is it, ladies and gentlemen, as far as our series go, but we still have more, so don't go anywhere. We're going to bring Top Gun back in to see what she has to say about this one, because it was a thrilling series to round out the night, and rightfully so, because all these players did exactly what they needed to. They put their hearts out on the pitch, and we got a fantastic showing because of it.
Before I get into the series discussion, I would like everyone to know that we are giving away an Oculus Quest, and at URLC, and if you would like a chance, we are going to roll it at I just got timed out. If you would like the chance, we are going to pick a winner here soon, but I just wanted to give everybody the opportunity, a few minutes, to get into the giveaway. So you go to our Twitter, which is down below in the panels, as well as in the Discord, !Discord, and follow the instructions on the pinned tweet. I just wanted to give everyone a chance before we roll that here later on, so that you guys can get into that giveaway. Anyways, on to the series, the best of 5 SSL Division that we just had. I'm the only one to come out on top today with one. I mean, it's not very good because still went only 1 for 3, but 1 for 3 is in fact better than 0 for 3. So how does it feel knowing you both went 0 for 3 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. I don't know. Hey, you know what? The players out there, you guys are the true winners. All of you, whether you won or lost your matchup. I mean, this was a $1,200 prize pool. Each player will get some type of prize, so it doesn't matter. It's not like they come out with nothing. They're the winners out there. Yeah, I go 0-3. I think I went 0-3 last time too, so I gotta change it up. I gotta get better with my predictions. I'm gonna have to start doing more and more research on all these players, and then throw that out the window because that didn't work out for me all that well.
Yeah, I went 0 for 3 today as well. Not where you want to be. This is the first event that I haven't at least gotten 1 correct. So very disappointed in myself today. But again, the players and the fans are the true winners. Nonetheless, we had some great performances on the pitch tonight. And then, of course, chat for this one. Again, I think it was 62%, 38%. Top Gun, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but 62% of chat should have a chance at this Amazon gift card.
Yeah, once again, as with every series that we do here during URLC, people have the opportunity to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Remember, though, there's also that chance for the Oculus Quest if you go onto our Twitter and follow the pinned tweet. However, we are going to get the prize wheel going for this series, Ranny versus Barney. Ranny coming out on top with the sweep. So you got the opportunity to win the $50 gift card, so let's roll it.
Here is Dynamic D's prize winner.
Congratulations to Death by Apples. I was conversing with you in the chat a little bit, I believe. Exclamation point claim in order to claim your prize, your $50 Amazon gift card. Congratulations once again to you for that.
Death by Apples saying he's in rural Australia. What? Wow. Man, and Death by Apple's coming in from across the world, if that is true statement. Congratulations on the gift card win. And like Top Gun said, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you also can enter in for the Oculus Quest giveaway that you can find via the socials and everything down there. So, man, congratulations to all of you Amazon winners. Make sure, if you haven't already done so, you follow all of the different socials down below so that you can find out more of the events that we're going to put on. This is only the first one of this first season. There's going to be more URLC events. Each one always has a prelim, a champ division, a grand champ division, and then the main event, which is going to typically be SSL players. But I'd love to see more of these SSL ones with these coaching little backstories and stuff like that. I loved the backstory that we got from the Barney and Ranny series, but of course, you know, we will always try to make the series as equal as possible so that it's a good competitive atmosphere for all the different players.
Yes, we do have other announcements tonight. The Oculus Quest that we are talking about, we do have a winner for that, so congratulations to Patrol Head Motorsport on winning the Oculus Quest giveaway. That is a huge win for you, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, I see him in the chat. Petrolhead Motorsport, you are the winner of that Oculus Quest, so hey, go join the metaverse. I don't know what else you can do with that thing, but you get it also. I think there comes an Amazon, $100 Amazon gift card with that as well. So I don't know, go do some virtual shopping or something. I don't know what you can do with it.
I think there's a lot that can be done with stuff like that. I know a lot of people are dying for one of those for sure. So you know, I'm glad that somebody was able to win that, no doubt. Bolts?
That, you know, that's fantastic. Again, the virtual reality is what some believe to be the future of esports and video games alike. So if I'm sure there's, again, plenty of things you can do. Awesome opportunities there. Again, congratulations on winning the Oculus giveaway.
Mm-hmm. We do have even a few more things tonight. We do have a series of a Night of the Night award. And what happens with that is there is a chosen series of the night and they get a bonus. And chat, who do you guys think won? Or who do you guys think had the best series of the night tonight? I know there were a few really close series, you know, between Dannykins and Fear, Bella, Blue Screen, and Ranny and Barney. I know they were exciting matches, though they did go through just sweeps. I think they were exciting nonetheless, and quite a few of them were very, very close matches despite the result.
Bolts, what do you think your series of the night would be? Mine, I'm going to have to say Even though, again, I love the backstory that we have from the Barney Rainey matchup, I feel that the Bella and blue screen one was my favorite just because even though it was the sweep, it was still such a tight fought battle between the two of them and just felt like a good competitive game.
Yeah, we love the close competition between our competitors there, and Blue Screen and Bella was a fantastic series, but I enjoyed the first series of the night. I felt it really set the tone for how the night was going to go. Fear answered a lot of our questions here on the desk as to was he prepared. I think that was one of the big storylines of had he been using his limited, very limited free time to get ready for this event, or, you know, was he going to kind of be caught up making so many incredible things happen for this community? So with my pick, I'm going to go with that first series of the night with Fear and Dannikins.
I think I loved Blue Screen versus Bella as well. I mean, both those games were literally until the very last second. And I think that was the one that kept me on my toes the most, and that will be announced by the end of the night, so stick around for that. Once again, they do get a bonus for having the series of the night. So you guys make sure you stick around to find out who wins that. Next time on URLC, we will be having some other very exciting matches here.
Yeah, if you guys loved what you see here, remember there's more events going to happen, and so we've got URLC 2 that will be happening here soon, and Top Gun, tell us about how that one's going to shape out.
Honestly, I think that's gonna be quite a set of exciting series. We got Wanda Mike versus Sadly, Spyro versus Derek, and Kia versus a mystery opponent. So who knows how that's gonna go. I have been able, I believe, to play against Wanda Mike in Twitch Rivals before, and he is a very good player. So I'm excited to see those matches. I also played with Derek as well. So wonderful players. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of more exciting Rocket League for the viewers and for us.
I was going to say, when you bring in a pro player, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that's the first pro to grace the URLC pitch in a Wanda Mike there for that main event. It always sets up to be a huge matchup. And then another first for the URLC, a mystery opponent here. I was looking at that on the card and I was like, wait, a mystery opponent. That's very interesting to me. So I'm super excited. You know, there's a ton of possibilities on who it could be. I can't wait. Along with everyone else, we don't know. I have no clue who the mystery opponent is, and if these two know, someone left me out of the loop. So that's 2 firsts for the URLC, and I cannot wait for URLC 2.
I didn't get that script. I don't know who she is playing, but it should be a good one. That one, you know, is a mystery for everybody. You just are gonna have to tune in. So you're gonna have to follow the socials. You're gonna have to, you know, make sure you're keeping up to date, specifically heading towards the URLC Discord to make sure you can find out when the next event is going to happen. And we always do these giveaways and stuff like that, so you can be a part of it. You want to show up and root for your favorite players. They're all always going to be ones matches. So root for your favorite content creator and or pro or whomever to try to win that show match that'll be on that particular night. But I'm excited for whenever the next URLC 2 event will happen.
We do have one final small break before we finish out the night and say our goodbyes, so don't go anywhere.
Drewski. Missions. Kia. Spyro. Rani. Derek. Blue screen. Tenacity. As pure. Wonder Mike. This is the URLC. And now, Dynamic D's Game Changer with RemmyRL.
Here we are with the game changer between Ranny and Barney, and let me just go ahead and say that there's not much, of a game changer. It was pretty much a dominant Ranny game, and I'm extremely proud of Barney. You know, we went through, we looked at Randy's replays, we did everything that we could to try to counter him. We knew going into it that Barney's mechanics weren't as good. Barney admits that. Even as I'm speaking here, Barney's texting me saying he was insane. Barney's a very humble loss he's taking right here. We knew this was a possibility. Randy, you're a great ones player. Barney did his best, as you can see here, but you just had, the overall edge mechanically. And yeah, congratulations. Good win on Barney.
Going back to kind of URLC 2, these events I do believe happen, monthly, right? Where we have content creators from Rocket League come through with our roster and play against each other for the prize. So we're all excited for this season to kick off, like I said, with this event and continue on. Like we said, we do have Wanda Mike versus Sadly as the main event next time, and that's a matchup I'm definitely excited for.
And don't forget that there's going to be, a new band. I see No Resolve is going to be the new band for that one. It seems like the next event is going to be April 16th, so put that in your calendars. I know, obviously, I will have that on my calendar, but you're definitely going to want to tune in. These are always fun. It's basically the same thing each and every month, so you're going to see, your favorite content creators, pros, Rocket League enthusiasts out there on the pitch. Get to find out or see who that mystery opponent is going to be for Kia. I'm curious on who we who we have to fill that slot. But until then, you guys are just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm always excited. But Top Gun, who was our Series of the Night award?
Yeah, we do have that chosen, and it was Series 2 Blue Screen versus Bella, and that makes complete and total sense considering.
Hey, I won something.
Considering how fantastic both parties played and how well they did and how close those games were. So congratulations to Blue Screen and Bella for winning the Series of the Night award.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a good series, to say the least. And all of them were fantastic. I mean, it's just been a fun night to watch all of these different matches happen. And yes, all of them were sweeps, but still just... It doesn't really pave the way for how those series played out. And so GG's to every single player that showed up today. You guys are such a phenomenal group to sit here and be able to cast, and I'm thankful that I was able to be a part of it. But Volts, tell us about who our special guest was here tonight.
Yeah, again, the series were fantastic. We wanted to say a big thank you to Halocene for the music tonight. You guys saw that they were the theme of tonight, the Warrior State of Mind. That was one of the songs provided to us, the intros for tonight. They played some music during the breaks as well. So we're super thankful for them for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to them on YouTube, you can find them at Halocene. Same on Spotify. They've got 7 different volumes of covers. I used volume 7 today while I was in the gym. And then they've got a big tour coming up as well. Starting in late April, they'll be out in Los Angeles Angeles, same location as the major, just a month later. So if you guys are interested in seeing them on tour, you can check it out. There's tickets all over the place. They are going very quickly though. But again, we wanted to say a huge thank you to them for providing us with the music for tonight. Fantastic band.
Of course, we also do, or are rather, giving a mention to our partner. We have been doing a commercial for Caracorder, and remember that if you go to the site and you use the promo code URLC, you can get a 10% discount on your purchase.
Yeah, those little Caracorder devices are so neat, and like I said, you can use it for different things, whether you play Rocket League. I know we have Danikins and Mittens currently are little guinea pigs to find out how these devices can be utilized for Rocket League or really anything you do on your computer. Think of a stenographer's typewriter but on steroids, and you can type 500 times faster than you would with a typical keyboard. We're going to find out later on throughout the series. So again, that's another reason why you need to follow all of the different socials here for URLC, so you can find out how they are progressing through using these devices in games, in their everyday lives on computers, and what have you. So it'll be exciting, but make sure you use that promo code if you want to get one for yourself.
We are here about to give our final goodbyes for this URLC event. Volt, any last words, man?
Oh, again, a huge thank you to all the competitors that played here tonight. Remy for doing the fantastic game changers, and all the fans for, you might have voted against me and been right most of the time. I'll let it slide. But I had a fantastic night here. Thank you to you guys for sharing the booth with me. Stone behind the scenes, pushing the buttons, all of the URLC production team. You guys are fantastic. And again, I love being here with y'all. And Mustache, any final thoughts from you?
Oh, it's been a blast with you two. It's been a blast with the production. You guys have been killing it. I hope you guys out there in the audience have been enjoying it as well. I'm so pleased to have been a part of this. I can't wait for all the different events that we'll be putting on throughout the year. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are going to be at, in LA, I will be heading out there as well. Section 104 for anybody out there. I'd love to meet anybody and everybody who wants to get together, whether it's share a beer if you're old enough, or just hang out or talk or do whatever. I'm okay with meeting anybody and everybody. I'd love to see, all the different people that love this game that we have just been such big fans of for the last, however many years Rocket League has been around. I'm so excited that we're getting in-person LANs back, and that should be a fun event. So if you're going to be there, make sure you hit me up. You're not going to miss this mustache. It'll be out there. It might be covered by a mask. I know there's different stipulations out there, but if you're old enough, let's have a beer. Let's sit down. Let's hang out. Let's share some stories.
Well, as always, it has been absolutely fantastic to host this alongside Mustache and Volt, both wonderful, wonderful commentators, casters, and as Volt said, thank you to all of the production, all the contestants, everyone at URLC, everyone in the chat right now as we speak, for sticking around and hanging out with us throughout this night. I am your host, Top Gun 7. As well as, like I said, commentator booth, we got Volts and we got Mustache. Make sure you follow the contestants' socials. Make sure you follow our socials, as well as URLC's socials, to keep up to date on what we're doing, what URLC is doing, and what our fantastic contestants are doing as well. Thank you guys all for tuning in and hanging out. I hope you had a wonderful time. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight, whether it was the Oculus giveaway, the $50 Amazon gift cards, or our winners playing Rocket League, our 1v1, our series event winners, as well as a thanks to me. Congratulations to me for winning, for beating out the predictions, even if only by one. Even if only by one. And a final thanks to Halasine for allowing us to use their music this event. Next month, we'll see you guys for URLC 2. Thank you.
Waiting for a time, will we watch the world Worlds forever seemingly so old. Words from scripture told now feel so cold. The love you know is bounded how it's sold, but you never know. So together but still so low. Some now reaping sickness that they've sown, suffocating from upon the throne, sinking down